Okie dokie, there we go. Now I should be all set up. Hello there, peeps, and welcome to another little stream of Danganronpa. We last left off, we had explored the almost entire area of the second floor. Right now, what we're doing right now is we're just pretty much we're trying to get things settled for now. Because what this episode is going to be as long as it takes to get to chapter 3. And also in this one I will be taking a little bit of time as well, because well, some stuff is going to be happening soon, so to be honest, we want to be doing our best to at least show you all what will be going on. Let's see here.
Huh?
Oh, wait, story. What promise? Did you already forget? You promised that we could talk about you this time. You really did forget. Chihiro looked really disappointed. With sagging shoulders, she walked away. That's right, I did promise. She wanted to talk about me this time. I better go after her. I headed to Chihiro's room. Whoa, this is her room? Holy cow! I've never actually been inside her room. Her room is actually pretty cool. Listen, I just wanted to tell you that I didn't forget about my promise. Of course I remember. So cheer up, okay? Then, can we talk about you today? Sure, I don't mind at all.
Yay!
Oh, really? Great. Then come in and sit down. I can come in? Yeah, of course. I know what she said, but I'm not sure she should be so quick to letting down her defense like that. Okay, let's go. I want to hear all about you. I'm happy to talk, but what did you want to know? Well, let's start with a question. Huh?
You know?
What do you like to do in your spare time? Well, you know, I watch TV, play video games, lay around. That's pretty much it. Huh? What about sports? I don't really play anything. The only time I run around is during gym or when I'm running late in the morning.
Huh?
Really? And you're still so strong? Strong me? Nah, I'm pretty much at the bottom ring of muscularity.
But...
You're on the bottom rung? Oh. Chihiro seemed disappointed somehow. Hey, what's the matter?
You know?
Well, it's just... I'm looking for someone strong. Someone strong? Well, what about Sakura? No, I mean a guy. Thinking about strong guys, this is someone here who's probably been in a lot of fights. I think the guy's name was Mondo, right? I could barely remember what the dude's name was. Then what about Mondo? He is the ultimate biker gang leader, right? He's got to be the strongest guy here.
I see.
Mondo. Yeah, that's right. But why are you looking for a strong guy? She went all quiet again. Are you like into tough guys or something?
You know?
I want to start training. I'm so weak. Aww. I thought if I could talk to someone strong about it, it might help motivate me. So that's why, huh? Sorry, I wish I could help somehow. Hey Makoto, do you have any kind of inferiority complex? Inferiority complex? You know, some part of you that you can't stand. Something you absolutely hate. Well, I guess so. For me, it's how unforgettably ordinary I am. Hello there, welcome to the live stream. I hope you enjoy. I've been made painfully aware of this part of me ever since I came here. The rest of you all have your ultimate abilities, but I don't have any kind of talent at all.
You know?
And how do you overcome that feeling? I'm not sure I can. That's why I decided to just accept it. It's how I feel, and there's nothing I can do about it. And if I find myself thinking about it too much, I just find something else to do with my time. If I throw myself into something hard enough, I can forget about it for a little while. Throw myself into something?
I see.
That's a good idea. If I don't do something, nothing's ever going to change. Yeah, I think your advice has helped me understand. Advice? I'm not sure it was anything like that. Thanks, Makoto. Well, if it helped, that's good enough for me. Talking to her like this, I feel like I've gotten to know Chihiro really well. I think we understand each other a lot better. I wonder if maybe I finally became a friend to her in the trust sense of the world. Woohoo! Leveled up on the friendship card. Hell yeah. Oh, cheat code. Hell yeah. I think that's one of the skills I was trying to get because, yeah, I forgot her skills are OP. After talking with Chihiro a little while longer, I decided to head back to my room. Bing bong, ding dong, bing bong.
Ahem. School announcement, school announcement. Nighttime is quickly approaching, but before it arrives, all students, please gather in the gym immediately. Emergency! Emergency!
Gather in the gym? Why now all of a sudden? I really don't like the sound of this. I have a terrible feeling. Hey, Kyoko, did you hear the announcement just now? I don't want to go, but we don't have any other choice, right?
Right.
I can't imagine it's going to be good news, but it's not a good idea to defy him here and now.
Goodbye.
So I'm going ahead. I really can't do anything except what Makoto tells me now.
Yo.
Hey man, you about to head in? Yeah, has everyone already gone ahead?
Shit.
Looks that way. I don't like it, but nothing's good gonna come from ignoring that goddamn bear. Mundo? Are you sure you're okay? You kinda went all out in that song.
What?
Ah, who went all out? That shit didn't even faze me.
Yo.
But you know, there at the edge of the hall, hell, I promised between men for it was waiting for me. Never saw it coming. Anyway, let's get our asses into the gym. Man, something unique must have happened between the two of them. Something unique and something definitely fearsome. Hey, Hifumi. Hey, Hifumi. How come you haven't gotten in yet?
Why is that?
Mr. Nagi, don't scare me like that. Sorry, but we really should go inside. No, don't go. You can't go. That's why my ghost friend is telling me. I don't feel good about it either, but We can't just ignore this. Damn, that's true.
I suppose.
I guess we have no choice. I have to go too. Ugh. Asking us to gather together all of a sudden like this, what could he possibly want?
Well,
Indeed, what might await us this time? He keeps things interesting, that's for certain. How is this funny? Can't you smell like a normal person once in a while? Like how the housewife on the classic TV show smiles at the end of an episode?
what the heck?
There's something totally messed up with you if you can laugh at a time like this. Which of us is actually messed up?
Huh?
What's that supposed to mean? Nothing in particular, just admiring, that's all. I don't want to kill anyone, but I also don't want to stay here, living in blind denial day after day. I was just admiring how you could live like that and still keep your sanity.
What is this?
I'm not in denial. That reminds me, remember how you kept talking about how the police or whoever would come help us? How that turned out? It seems to me there's no sign whatsoever of possible rescue.
Well...
That's just...
Huh?
I wonder what actually happened.
Certainly.
It's strange, that's true. There's no way the police wouldn't know about it. We're right in the middle of a major urban area.
What?
The police suck.
Hmm...
On the contrary, the mastermind may be just that powerful to take control even of the police.
Could it be?
Oh, this might not be related, but... Then don't say it. Nope, gonna say it.
It's not like some occult mystery.
It's about last night. I was near the main hall just staring off into space when all of a sudden, I heard it.
Huh?
You heard what? A sound that I don't really know what it is. What kind of sound? Well, like I said, I don't really know. But if I had to describe it,
Could it be?
it was like a construction site, I guess. A construction site.
For serious?
I mean, I could just make that up. I only just barely heard anything. Then you definitely made it up. Must have just been the sound of the ocean in that head of yours. Say what? What you talking about, Toko?
Whew.
He's arrived. What you heard wasn't the sound of destruction, but it could have been an explosion. Huh? Or maybe a machine gun. That kind of sound like a construction in a way. What are you talking about?
What?
Beyond this point, my mouth is zipped. My lips are sealed, and I am fully puckered. It's a secret. Little secret.
And?
Fine then, let's move on to what you can tell us. Why did you call us all here?
Say what?
You don't beat around the old bush, do ya? Ready for me to get to the point, huh?
If you please.
But before that, you mind if I vented a little? I'm low on energy these days. My stitching's even loose and it's shining and luster. I'm thinking it's probably become of this hoo-hum, boring old everyday life. I'm looking for something with a little more stimulation. Something rough with danger and its pain.
Yep.
Listen, can I be frank?
Today, I'm feeling
The next
blessed.
Blacken hasn't shown up yet, and I'm getting bored. hard.
Hey,
So, I've decided to come up with a new way to motivate you. Motivate? Is it another set of videos or something? Are you gonna show us some determined thing to try and drive us all to murder?
damn it!
Drive you to murder? What a mean thing to say. Just awful.
You hear me?
I don't know what you got planned, but we're not gonna kill each other anymore. No matter what you do, I swear to God we won't. That's very big talk. Do your very best to back it up, okay? Now then, with your permission, let me begin. So this time it's
Ba-bum.
embarrassing memories and secrets. As long as you're alive, it's a given that there's things you don't want other people to know about you.
Ta-da!
So I did a little investigating on my own and I dug up some of your darkest secrets.
And those embarrassing memories and secrets are all contained in the envelopes I have right here. I'm going to hand them out now, so take a second to take a peek.
As Monokuma spoke, he tossed the envelopes at our feet. I quickly snatched the envelope with my name written on it. I nervously pulled out what was written inside, and my entire body suddenly was rigged. Makoto went to bed until he was in the 5th grade. What? How? How'd you find out about this? Everyone started talking at once. You have 24 hours. If someone doesn't become blackened by then,
Extreme!
all of your deepest, darkest, most embarrassing secrets will be exposed to the world. Maybe I'll roll by a crowd of insections in a van strapped and loudspeakers and spill the beans.
Yeah!
Wouldn't that be so embarrassing? So that's what you meant by motive. Yep, you got it. That's all pretty unpleasant, trust me. None of you want me to reveal that stuff, right? It's definitely something I'd rather people not know, but we'd never kill over something like that.
What?
What did you say?
Count on it!
He's right, your plan is doomed to fail. No one's gonna murder someone for this kind of thing.
This is kind of depressing.
Oh no. Is it because for better or worse, your memory is still a way to connect to the outside world? I have stuff I wouldn't want anyone to know no matter what, so I assume you'll all be the same. Which is why I put so much into preparing this next motive. Oh, man, you're saying you really won't kill each other over this stuff? That just sucks. Well, what can you do? Okay, then in 24 hours, I'll expose all your secrets just to make myself feel a little better.
Okay.
So sad, so depressed. Fred not well. With an almost convincing look of depression of dejection on his face, Monokuma receded into the gym's depths.
So,
I didn't know what to expect at first, but maybe we dodged a bullet on this one. I mean, yeah, having those secrets revealing is gonna be totally embarrassing. But there's seriously not enough to give someone a reason to kill, right?
Listen to me!
Good news, everyone. I have a brilliant
You
idea.
hear me?
Why don't we all just confess the secrets in the envelopes right here and now?
Without a doubt.
If we do that, any and all motive for murder will vanish. That's pretty smart, right?
Quiet down and listen!
Okay, so my embarrassing thing is... I don't want to hear your stupid story. What? Besides, I don't want to talk about it. I don't care what anyone says. I don't want to talk about mine.
as for me,
Neither do I. Not because it's unpleasant, but because it is impossible.
Oh?
Well, it's just human nature to want to hear it out when you say it impossible. Come on, it'll be good for you. Absolutely not.
Come on, come
It's
on.
okay, just a little bit more. Come on, come on, come on.
Honestly.
As I said,
Here we go.
come on, come on, come on, come on.
Hey!
I said I don't want to talk about it, you human bag of lard.
Say what?
I agree with them. There's no need to discuss it. What do you think, Chihiro?
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry, I don't really want to talk about it right now.
But
But I also don't want to leave things the way they are, so maybe I could talk about it later. After I try my best to become strong, then I can tell everyone.
so,
If you don't want to talk, you don't have to. I'm not super excited to talk about it either.
That's true.
If everyone's that much against it, even if my bro's the one that suggested it, I gotta say no. Well, that's okay then. Either way, it is just for a few secrets. I'm sure nobody's about to kill anybody over it. I hope you're right. A secret so bad you kill someone to keep it? Nobody's got something like that, right? Okay, I'll stop with all the secret talk. But
You hear me?
each of us has 24 hours to get ready. Having our secrets exposed is gonna be fun, but it's not like we're gonna die because of it. So, don't do anything hasty.
Well,
The way you keep repeating it kind of makes me worry even more. Okay, sorry. I know it's gonna be tough, but...
This is a school announcement. It is now 10 p.m.
Oh yeah, this damn bear
As
is
such,
super
it is
sadistic.
officially nighttime. Soon the doors to the dining hall will be locked, and entry at that point is strictly prohibited.
I forgot my water
Okay,
bottle.
then.
Where's my water bottle?
Sweet dreams,
over
everyone.
here.
Good night. Sleep tight. Don't
it's only
let
half
the
the
bed
film.
bug
Whatever.
bite.
Water's water. Night time already, huh? Well, let's all call it a day.
Of course.
Good idea. We need to prepare for tomorrow. I was left with anxiety I just couldn't shake, but we left things as they were and left things as they lay. One by one, we headed back to our rooms. Secrets or memories you don't want anyone to know about. A way to connect to the outside world. Honestly, all that crap Monokuma was spouting didn't have any effect on me. There's no way anyone would kill our stuff like that. Kill over stuff like that. At least that's what I thought. But maybe I was just being optimistic. Which is probably why, without too much of a struggle... Jeez, I'm more tired than usual. Super tired today. I fell asleep. But what I didn't know is that even a tragedy was taking place. Monokuma Theater. Hey, do you have a second? I want to confide in you. It's about the prevailing world attitude right now. The difference between passive and active, I mean. For example, it's the difference between like, oops, I killed him, and yeah, that's right, I killed him. Amazingly, there are tons of people who don't understand the difference. Can you believe it? But there's a huge difference between oops and that's right. You know what I'm saying, right? Anyone can kill someone in the heat of the moment, but surprisingly few can do it with calculated intent. To make that choice, then put it into action, it's way harder than just letting your emotions lead you. It's all about preparations, resolve. So maybe you're wondering what's the point I'm trying to make.
well, I'm not totally sure myself. Maybe you should try reading between the lines.
And if we remember before, last time in his previous Monokuma Theater, he was talking about the difference in between revealing who you are and who you're not. Morning. Good morning.
Good morning!
Nice reaction. I'm glad to see you didn't disappoint. What are you doing here?
Yep.
I wanted to spice things up. So instead of a school announcement, I decided to wake you up in person. What the hell for? Because it's fun. And as long as I'm here, I figure I let you hear it right from the bear's mouth. Hear what? Are you sure you should be acting this laid back? I mean, even though something happened to one of your buddy classmates? What?
Say what?
What? Your face is all blue, like someone on the verge of death. What happened? What are you talking about? That's for me to know and you to find out. Good luck. Something happened to someone. Is it? What is it? No, it can't be. There's no way someone would. But what if? No. What ifs are pointless, especially now when the dining hall. I need to get to the dining hall. Makoto. Are you okay?
Hey.
Did Makoto talk to you too? Hiro, Hana, Sakura, and Byakuya? You're the only ones here. Where's everyone else? Either they're already off trying to verify what Monokuma said, or they've fallen victim to the something that Monokuma mentioned. The something.
Perhaps.
It can be, has it happened again? Murder. After hearing what Monokuma had to say, the worst possibility forced its way into my mind. It took everything I had to drive that thought away. So, if something really did happen, does that mean someone did it because of what happened yesterday?
Huh?
It can't be. That stuff was just a bunch of old memories. Just old memories. Don't be so sure about that. Clearly, someone felt it was more important than that. Huh? To judge someone else's values based on your own outlook, do you realize how dangerous that is?
What the heck?
Why did you say something yesterday?
Naturally.
Did you already forget? This isn't a co-op game. It's every man for himself. What good does it do for me to go out of my way to help you?
Just the worst.
Stop saying that already. There's something wrong with him. For serious. Did he get brainwashed or something?
Wait.
That's not important. What happens right now is that we find out what happened.
That's fine.
She's right. Let's all split up and begin looking. The game is afoot. Unfortunately for me, I already know exactly where it's at, and I know exactly who it is. Oh, man. I guess I didn't make it enough time, or I didn't give the person the right gifts I was supposed to give. I was so close to getting the... What, is it this side? Oh wait, no, it's at the very beginning. I forgot. I walked past by it. La da 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 da. La da da. There we go. Huh? The door's open, but aren't these supposed to be locked?
this investigation, I have unlocked the doors. Please look around to your heart's content.
Investigation?
It's all clear now.
Just as I thought. Byakuya,
I see.
judging from what he just said, there can be no doubt a murder really has taken place. Oh, come on. And the locker rooms, they're suspicious. Very suspicious indeed. Wouldn't you agree? Huh? Suspicious? It seems nobody searched the locker rooms. Let's start with the girls' locker room. He was muttering as if talking only to himself. Without waiting for a reply, he pressed his hand against the girls' locker room door, and the door swung open without a sound. In that moment, time seemed to freeze. What? I don't know how long it took for me to fully comprehend the reality of what I was looking at. But as soon as I did, a wild, most primitive scream escaped from my mouth. Deadly life. I tried to suppress my screaming, but it was useless. It surged out of me like water from a spring gushing out of the ground. Hyakuya, on the other hand,
Very strange.
most unusual, don't you think? He was totally calm, almost like he was watching this all unfold in front of a TV screen.
I see.
Look, Chihiro's corpse has been suspended somehow, and something's been written on the wall in blood. Bloodlust. Such a brutal way to kill someone. No, this is beyond brutal. Wouldn't you agree? They killed her. How could it not be brutal? No, that's not my point. This murder is far too bizarre for any everyday amateur to have contaminated it. Unlike with Sayaka, the murder was not a crime of passion or necessity.
Interesting.
It's almost as if whoever did this did it for fun. You see what I mean, don't you? What? My head was swimming. I was so really too confused to understand what he was trying to say. And before I can begin to clear my head,
What the heck?
hey, I heard screaming. Did something... Chihiro!
A body has been discovered. After a certain amount of time, which you may use however you like, the class trial will begin.
What the hell was that?
What?
Oh, that's right. You were unconscious during Sayaka, so you don't know about it. What you just heard was a body discovered on announcement. Apparently, when 3 or more people discover a body, an announcement plays to let everyone know. I imagine it's that the search for the culprit can proceed fairly for everyone involved. Proceed fairly? The body discovery announcement. Then Chihiro really is
Naturally.
dead. Yes. Did- Before you start screaming your head off, go round everyone up. It seems another game has begun. Another life or death game to uncover a killer. Taka bolted out of the locker room. As everyone made their way to the scene, it felt as if no time had passed. It was like my sense of time had just taken wing and flown away. When I finally came back to myself, I saw everyone had the same look of confusion, fear, and anger. We all just stood there, gathered around Chihiro's body.
Damn.
Damn it. I couldn't keep her safe. So there's another victim? Which means we're now in the same position once again. Fuck, man.
What the?
What the fuck is this?
What?
It's a dream. This is a dream. It's all just a dream.
Like,
In fact, I haven't been born yet. I don't even have any of him even being alive. Shut up. I don't think I can reach her. Let's talk to Byakuya first. The word bloodlust is written on the wall in blood. I don't think it's any kind of dying message. It's just too strange. But you know, the thing about writing bloodlust in blood, doesn't it sound kind of familiar? A murderous fiend. Oh yeah, this is just a flashback memory. Genocide Jack. Genocide Jack, the murderous fiend who ruthlessly attacks with fearsome famous all across the country. The ultimate murderous fiend created a reputation of abnormal, downright crueling kills.
What is this?
Then this is some copycat killer trying to imitate Genocide Jack's style. But why would anyone do that? Perhaps it's the work of the real Genocide Jack.
What?
The real? Wait, are you saying Genocide Jack is here in the school?
No way!
There's no way. But going as far as to write bloodlust at the scene, I'm surprised at their stupidity.
Well,
I can't imagine a worse situation than dealing with a stupid murderer. What is it now? Coco. Hina was pointing out toward the entrance of the girls' locker room. Coco was the last to arrive, and now she was just standing there. No. Why? 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 She fainted. That did not sound good. Toko! Hana rushed over to the collapsed Toko and started trying to shake her awake. Toko, are you okay? Come on. Wake up. Oh, that's right. I just remember what she said about how she faints anytime she sees blood.
Oh.
So she is hemophobic. I imagine she does not watch too many horror films then. This isn't a violation of the rules, right? I mean, technically she passed out somewhere besides her room. No, I think it should be okay. The regulations prohibit sleeping, like on purpose. So since she didn't faint on purpose, it doesn't count. Gotcha.
Just a second.
Coco, can you hear me? Hey, you gotta wake up. As if she heard her, Coco suddenly shot awake. As in, she literally jumped up from where she was laying. It was such a strange reaction. I was at a total loss for words. She leapt straight up into the air, changing her stance as she did. In no time flat, she was just standing up. Ignoring the physical contractions she had to go through, her emotions were totally haphazard. What? Sorry about that. I was just so soft, you know? It happens, right? Was I the only one? Choco, are you okay? I'm fine. I'm fine. Oh, is that a dead body? Hey, are you dead?
What the heck?
She must have hit her head real hard when she fainted. This world has a front and back, and topping and a bottom, a sea of truth and a web of lies.
Well,
This is quite concerning. I mean, she sounds completely different. No, 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 everything's fine. At least the stutter is all gone. That's a good thing, right?
I see!
It's clear to me that everything is not fine. Your eyes seem strangely vacant. It might be because it was taken to her back to her room for the time being.
so,
I don't mind taking her, but can someone help me? If you need help, I don't mind. Taka, can you help me? What? She totally ignored me. Very well. You take care of the girl, and the rest of us can begin the investigation right away. Can I assume no one has a problem leaving Sayaka and Mondo on guard duty again? Hold on a second. Rushing into investigation? The mastermind is behind that. After what happened last time, surely you realize that.
Don't make me repeat myself.
There's no question that Chihiro was murdered by someone among us. Isn't that right, Monokuma?
Of course!
Oh, right as rain. I don't take it as a bad thing. It's just a fact of life. Because
Yoo-hoo!
that's how graduations work. Then it happened again? Is that what you're saying? Then another one of us killed a fellow classmate. What does that freaking out you out? You guys got no balls, you know that? Is there something, just nothing down there at all? Well, I'll let you pray to mine if you want. Actually, I don't have any either. Sorry.
Stop talking.
Stop modeling and give us what you came here to give us. You did bring it, right? I sure did, chum.
It's the Monokuma File! See ya later!
no way!
We really gotta do another investigation. Examining the corpse of one of our friends. Having to suspect all our other friends.
Why?
I hate this. I can't take it anymore.
Oh no!
I hate it too.
Help me!
I've had enough. I'm getting out of here.
Hey!
Where do you plan on going? There's nowhere to run.
Such ignorance.
Just accept it already. After all, blood is just a liquid. A dead body is a simple object. You are very enthusiastic about all of this, are you not?
Naturally.
How can I not be? If we don't unmask the culprit, we all die. That's true, but to jump into it so soon.
What?
Do you want to die?
Such ignorance.
Fine, then go off and die somewhere. Right now, go ahead. You're a waste of space.
Damn you!
A dead body is an object.
Piece of shit!
Chihiro wasn't an object. Show a little respect or I'll beat some into ya.
Calm down.
Everyone stop bickering. Listen, there's some truth in what Bayako said. Yoko,
Because
if we don't solve the mystery and find the killer, our own lives are forfeited. And if Bayako is right about that Genocide Jack is somehow the one who killed Chihiro,
that's right.
then unless we do something, more victims could start piling up.
What?
Forget more victims. If we mess this up, we're all dead meat.
Hey! Hey!
Hold on. If that's your worry, you don't gotta worry any longer. In any one killing game, the guilty party may only kill a maximum of 2 people. What? I don't remember any rule like that.
Actually,
I just came up with it. I mean, if one person went around and killing everyone, your lovely student life would be all over, right? The new rule has been added to the regulation menu.
so then.
In that case, why not limit it to 1 person?
Hey,
Well, in a good mystery, you don't want to miss out on at least the potential of a serial killing angel. No, just one would totally murder that possibility.
punishment is waiting for you.
Farewell for now. I'll catch you guys at the class trial. I can't say I understand his thinking, but if we can't kill up to 2 people, then one more person's life could still be endangered, which is
Interesting.
definitely not good. We need to uncover the culprit behind something else.
You son of a bitch!
You need to shut the fuck up.
So,
Well, for now, Taka and me are gonna drop Toko off at her room. Nice. I'm gonna get dropped off.
there is nothing to be done.
We have no time to stand around. We must begin our investigation towards Satu. If we don't solve the mystery of who killed Chihiro,
Is that okay?
then we will quickly follow her and the same into the afterlife. That's true. I hate this. But if I want to survive, me and everyone else, we have to do it. We don't have any other choice. Woo! Investigation time. Let's go. Hey, Makoto. Do you have a second? Huh? Do you need something from me?
Naturally.
Of course. Life without purpose is quite dull, you know. So what do you need? I'm gonna let you cooperate with me during my investigation.
What?
I'm purchasing your talent, the same talent which allowed you to solve the Sayaka case. Solve? No, I just...
Stop talking.
You seem to have a limited use, which is why I've chosen you. You have the honor of contributing to my investigation. So, you're inviting me to come with you, so you don't have the most arrogant way possible, though.
Let's go.
Now then, shall we get started? But... we need to get moving. There's no time to be standing around. I don't really know what just happened, but it looks like I'll be working with Byoka on this one. Alrighty, so we're gonna look at the word bloodlust, and then we're gonna check Chihiro's corpse real quick. I can feel the life draining out of my own body. It's a dead body, alright. Chihiro's dead body.
Very strange.
But the more I look, the more strange it all seems. This must be Genocide Jack's handiwork. Well, but we're still not sure if he did it. Is that what you're about to say? I wondered about that. We're gonna look at this poster. The poster got some blood on it. It must have happened during the murder. Gonna check the carpet. There's fresh blood stain on the carpet. It must have splattered on blood with blood during the murder. There's a dumbbell on the floor, and oh, there is a blood stain. It's a blood stain on the dumbbell. The Monokuma file said a blow to the head with a blunt object is what killed her. Does this mean the dumbbell was actually the murder weapon?
Right.
I don't imagine it could have been anything else. Alright, so now we're gonna talk to Sakura first. I use this locker room all the time. Now it's become the site of Chihiro's death. But why was she killed in the locker room? Actually, if you think about it, she could have been killed somewhere else than carried her. She was very light, that is true. It wouldn't be hard for someone to carry her. But still,
Well.
I still think she came here on her own by choice. What makes you say that? She's been talking a lot lately about how she wanted to get stronger. So you're saying she came here to exercise? But according to the Monokuma file, apparently she was killed around 2 in the morning. Would she really have been exercising that late?
Perhaps.
Hina or myself are usually in the locker room during that day, so she was probably avoiding it then. Avoiding it? Although we invited her to join us more than once, she never showed up. So I can only assume she was trying to avoid us. And instead, she came to exercise in the middle of the night.
However,
Perhaps, but it's difficult for me to imagine she would have come alone. She didn't want to start exercising, but she specifically mentioned she couldn't do it by herself. She needed support from others. So you're saying she could have came here in the middle of the night and to trade in secret. But that she will also have to come with someone else. It's a possibility, I think. Oh god, whoa. My stick was drifting for a second. Dude had a real complex about being weak. You heard Chiro talk about it, right? All I need to do is get stronger. Yeah, I do remember she said that more than once. Sure did. Which I guess explains the trip down here. But did she really need to get stronger that badly? You already mentioned it, but she was a girl after all. Most girls aren't that strong. I don't know, man. Haven't really thought about that stuff. The cause of Chihiro's complex. I can't help but wonder what it might be. Mondo's account. Now I believe it's about time for us to move on. Huh? Already?
What?
New clues won't magically appear by standing around here. We need to check every aspect of this case. That's true, but
Let's go.
if you're satisfied, let's hurry up and proceed. He's so pushy. I got caught up with the wrong person this time. So this is our next location. This place is related to the investigation? Figure it out yourself. It's no fun if you don't, right? Maybe this gun was used. No, impossible. If that was true, Chihiro would be riddled with holes. Oh yeah, the keypad, I forgot. If I remember this right, this card reader is meant to work only with our handbooks, right?
What?
Do you have an issue with it? If so, you should take it up with Monokuma. He said that, then quickly and sharply clapped his hands together.
did you call for me?
You called for me? Has he been domesticated?
That's right.
It seems that Makoto has a question for you.
You need something?
Sure, what's up? Well, it's just about the card reader.
Yep.
Yes, the card readers have all been designed to interface with each of your handbooks. You can only enter the locker rooms corresponding to the gender listed in your individual handbook. And it's impossible for two people in a row to go through while the door is unlocked, correct?
Unbelievable.
If there was some sort of erotic terrorist on the prowl, the ceiling-mounted gun would insisted a Swiss cheese slaughter. And the school regulations prohibit anyone from leading someone else their handbook, correct?
Of course.
Correctly correct. So then, this means only girls could go into the girls' locker room and only boys can be in the boys' locker room. In other words, Chihiro's body found in the girls' locker room means... Hey Makoto, I can see right through you. See right through me? Allow me to tell you what you're thinking. Since Chihiro's found in the girls' locker room, the killer must be able to get
So, in
there.
other words,
As such, the killer must be one of the girls. Did I get it right?
such ignorance.
Good lord, you're simple. But am I wrong? You should pay close attention to the regulation. The answer has been in front of you the entire time. Loaning your e-handbook to another student is strictly prohibited. Once the act of loaning a handbook is prohibited, borrowing someone else's is perfectly fine. No, I would expect nothing less from the prodigal son of the noble Togami family. So you managed to snuff out the loophole in the regulations. Knowing you, I would bet you created it on purpose, didn't you? To add a little more excitement to things. You treated me like a puny little appetizer instead of the main course that I am. Now then, since the dead can't actually talk, they're not people anymore. They're things.
Yep.
Got it? Got it? Good. Wait, hold on. You're saying that's a loophole, but in order to borrow someone from someone, then that means someone would have to have loaned it out.
Why you?
So sleepy. Just listening to you makes me want to pass out. Be more like Byakuya and get your poop together.
Unbelievable.
Or else, I'll charge you with criminal negligence. No more questions. Figure out the rest on your damn self.
That's fine.
Well, I knew you were unfortunately lacking in mental facilities, so I'll fill you in myself. Let's head to the main hall. The main hall? That'll help you understand what's going on. We came to the main hall. So, what are we looking for here? Does this mean I have to figure it out for myself? Which I already know. There's a mailbox here. Could there be something inside? It's an e-handbook. No, wait, there's 3 of them. But what are they doing here? So you finally found them? Did you know these were here, Byakuya? I happened to find them by chance myself the other day. It seems there's a system in place where the handbooks of dead student gets delivered to this mailbox. So then these handbooks belong to Junko, Leon, and Sayaka. You can go ahead and confirm it yourself. I immediately turned on the handbooks, and when I did, Sayaka Minizone. You're right. This is Sayaka's handbook. Now, do you understand? This is the key to the loophole that I revealed earlier. Yeah, I feel like I'm starting to get it now. I see. Now I understand.
What?
Main hall ebook. Oh, hold on a second. What?
Very strange.
That's strange. One of the handbooks won't turn on. Is it broken? Who is it? The other handbook shown Junko's name when I started it up. Then the one that won't turn on must be Leon's, right?
I see.
It would make sense, yes. After all, he did get pummeled with dozens and dozens of baseballs. And flashbacks of Leon's death. You're right. It wouldn't be surprising for the handbook to break during the kind of assault.
Damn it!
Hey, hey. Hey.
Now
Hey.
I'm...
What? That e-handbook is essential to student life here. Crucial, integrated, instrumental, a super big deal. There's no way it would break that easily. But it did.
That's impossible!
If I say it wouldn't break, it wouldn't freaking break. It couldn't withstand up to 10 tons of pressure. And it's waterproof up to 100 meters, okay? I don't care how many baseballs you hit with it, it wouldn't do crap. But even my amazing handbook does have one single weak point. It does?
I can't hear you!
But it's a secret. I wouldn't want you to go breaking any more handbooks.
What?
Then Leon must have broken it somehow without realizing what its weakness was, right? Hard to say. You know what I think? I think his handbook isn't actually broken.
What?
But you might ask, how could it be? Leaving the question hanging in the air, Monokuma disappeared. What just happened? Monokuma said it's not broken, but it's an undeniable fact that it's not turning on.
That's fine.
Well, I don't see any connection to this case, so it doesn't matter for now. You think so? Either way, something about it still bothers me. Alright, now we're gonna head to the next area.
Hmm.
Oh. How do you want me to go? What do you mean by that, Bayaka? Not to be exact, not quite. Certainly, I want to reveal Chihiro's killer, but more precisely, I want to discover the true identity of Genocide Jack. Then, you truly believe Genocide Jack is the one that killed Chihiro?
Don't make me repeat myself.
Absolutely, I have no doubt that Genocide Jack is the culprit in this case. That murder is fiend as Genocide Jack, right?
What?
There's nobody else that could it be. A mysterious fiend who kills again and again using a bizarre and brutal method. And like a ghost, attacking suddenly then slipping away before the police can catch up to them. And what nickname did the internet give to this mysterious serial killer? Genocide Jack. They said he's killed thousands of people, but that's gonna be an urban legend. Still, will one of us really be determined to a demented psychotic killer like that? You're not wrong to wonder, but words mean little right now. I have something that'll prove it, and I can show you. Yeah.
Don't make me repeat myself.
And I have the basis to believe that I assume you, Genocide Jack, is one of us. Is there really proof? There's somewhere I'd like to take you. This will provide all the evidence that you
It's
need.
all clear now.
Evidence that Genocide Jack is the one that killed Chihiro. Evidence? Is something like that really? Hey, you two! Big trouble. I need your help.
I don't have time to play with you.
We're busy. Leave us alone. But it's an emergency. Emergency. Please, come on. You gotta help me.
Please!
This is a serious emergency. Please, you gotta help me. Hey, just calm down, okay, Tina? But it's an emergency. An emergency? Okay, what happened?
Well...
Something's wrong with Toko. She's acting super strange. Well, I mean, she was acting pretty strange earlier, right? What should we do, Byakuya?
Very strange.
Since it's Toko, I must admit I'm intrigued. I suppose we could take a second to see what's going on with her. Are you sure?
Don't make me repeat myself.
I didn't expect that. I thought for sure he'd just say no, and that'll be the end of it.
Yeah!
Okay. Come on, hurry. Wait for us, Hina.
Let's go.
It looks like she headed to the dorms, to Toko's room most likely. Let's go. Toko! Oh, there you are. Is Toko inside? Some kind of emergency. That's bing bong to ding dong. Oh. Do I need to talk to Byakuya first?
Such ignorance.
You're talking to the wrong person, you waste of space. But he... Oh. Never mind, she's right here. You guys are too slow. I think you're just too fast. So what's the emergency? Well, after what happened in the girls' locker room, we left Toko in her room so she could lay down. After a while, we came back to check on her, to see how she's doing. But when we did, it was weird. She refused to come out, and she kept saying all this weird stuff. Weird stuff?
That's fine.
We should try talking to her ourselves. Yeah, good idea. I may as well give it a shot. The door swung open slowly and silently. Holy crap. An aura of negativity flowed out from behind the door, forcing a gasp out of me.
What? Oh, nothing. It's just that, Hina was really worried about you, holding yourself up in your room.
Leave me alone.
Yeah, sure thing. But, could you open up, just for a second?
won't allow it.
Huh?
I won't let Genocide Jack have control.
And just like that, she slammed the door in my face. What was that? She's been acting like that the whole time. When I rang a little while ago, I've driven out the killer. Driven out the murderous fiend. It doesn't make any sense, right? I was afraid to leave her in there alone, so I tried to bust down her door. But it felt like she was holding it shut on the other side. I couldn't even budge it. Coco was scared enough to even bare her door. Does she think the same thing as Bayoko? Does she think that the serial killer Genesis like really murdered Chihiro? Is that why Toko's so scared?
But
Whatever it is, I'm really worried about her. Is there anyone who might be able to persuade her? Maybe the good Lord Byakuya. Hey Byakuya, do you think you can ask her to come out of her room, I mean?
That's fine.
Sure, whatever.
Huh?
Ah, you're gonna talk to her, Byakuya? Wow, I guess you can be nice when you want to. Byakuya stood in front of her door, not making a sound, and pressed the button. The door button. After a few moments,
what do you want?
leave me alone. You're all so annoying. Byakuya.
It's Byakuya.
I'm sorry. I couldn't keep our promise. But don't worry. Never again. I won't let Genocide have control ever again. And with that, the door slammed shut. Even Byakuya couldn't pull it off. There's nothing else we can do. Let's get back to the investigation. Well, hold on. Hey Byakuya, what was Toyoka talking about right now? Something about a promise?
What?
I have no idea. Another one of her delusions, I'm sure. But
Stop talking.
if I say I don't know, that means I don't know. Just let Hina take care of it. Oh yeah, okay. I'll stay here and keep an eye on her.
Let's go.
Well then, let's go. Without waiting for a reply, Byakuya sped away. Byakuya! I hurried to catch up to him. I tried to talk to him several times as we walked, but he didn't even look back, let alone say anything. He just kept on walking towards his destination. Finally, his feet brought up to a stop in front of a certain room. The library? Come on, let's go inside. So I already know a few things I'm just gonna look at real quick. Oh, there's no proof. I'm sorry, Byakuya, we'll talk. Is the evidence that it was Genocide Jack really
Don't
in the
make me
library?
repeat myself.
Okay. Let's go check out the closet. Whoa, there's so many books and files. And so much dust, too.
So, in other words,
I wouldn't say there's enough value in this place to endure the dust. If you pay attention to your surroundings, you're sure to discover the value for yourself. Okie dokie. I believe it's one of these over here. Huh? It's a desk lamp. Oh yeah. It's the same one I saw Byakuya use in the library before.
what?
Do you have a problem with that lamp? It was here before I moved it over there. And I got a coin. Yay! Okay. There's a wooden box. It's empty. Although, judging by the smudges and the dust, it looks like there was something inside. Wonder what it was. There was an extension cord plugged in there. It provided very use when I was in the library. An extension cord, huh? shelf is stuffed tight with files. Without really thinking about it, I just picked one at random. If you have a sharp eye indeed to select that file,
That's right.
that's the report on a presidential assassin. The original is kept at the National Library. It won't be declassified for anyone for another 30 years. Are you sure you want to look at it now? There's no telling whose crosshairs you might wind up in for peeking at it. Without making a sound, I return the file to the shelf. There's so many files stuffed onto the shelf. What's in all of these
That's
things?
enough.
Those documents are dangerous. Dangerous? They detail all the people who control the world from behind the scenes. Dangerous truths from a common. You mean like members of the Diet or something? No, I mean the ones with real power. The secret council controlling everything from the shadows. If you're ready to disappear for it, take a look. There are some very interesting people in there. You're just kidding, right? Am I? I'll just let it go for now. There's a ton of thick stuff. If you're thinking of looking through any of them, let me give you a little warning. Those things are filled with graphic, disturbing photos from all kinds of crimes. It's the kind of thing any normal person wouldn't ever want to look at. Be careful. What do you mean? All those files there are investigation reports related to difficult cold cases. They are intentional documents for police eyes only. They're not the kind of things you expect to leak. Oh. So, are you finally beginning to understand the true spirit of this library? The entire reason I was interested in the library is because of this room right here.
Interesting.
It's home to classified government documents, police records, things no ordinary person would ever see. Isn't it magnificent? This can't be real, right?
Such ignorance.
That your guys' problem. Anything that doesn't fit into your perseverance reality, you label it as a lie. Well, it's not that. It's not like I totally refuse to believe it, but I mean, there's just so much. How can anyone put all this together? I suppose it goes to show just how much power Hulk Speak truly wields. Or perhaps the mastermind have wanted to provide us with enough material to keep us getting bored. It's no use. I can't keep up with all the stuff it's just too unreal. Or it's wrong. You still can't believe it? What about you? How can you believe it so easily? Things like that are unusually impossible.
What?
What do you mean, usually? Oh god, I pushed the wrong button. If you don't understand what they actually represent, you don't understand the nature of anything. You don't pull your punches, do you? Besides, what you consider usual is based on your common sense, right? But what makes you think your own common sense applies to me at all? The documents gathered here are genuine. I have reviewed them multiple times, so there's no doubt. Hold on a second, you're saying you read all these documents and more than once? But all this has to be like top secret confidential stuff, right? So why? My family has a reader room just like this at our home. Yeah, let's just skip this boring talk. Oh, well, I think I skipped too much of the dialogue. Pretty much what he's talking about is like he found a file discussing about Genocide Jack's killing.
That's right.
So on. And now he's over here to claim that we have a copycat among us.
That's fine.
About the Genocide Jack case file, can you let me see it? Well, you didn't beg, but I guess it's okay this time. Feel free to look at it in here, but you can't take it with you. Murderer case of Genocide Jack, top secret. Byakuya handed me the file, and I flipped through it with tense, nervous fingers. Suddenly, my hands stopped. I had reached the page where photos from the scene of each crime have all been collected. The names of Genocide Jack victims ran out on several pages. Ken Honda, Tatsui Hondo, Shijoi Gaku, Kano Isi, Heshi Yoshida, Famitsu Toro, Takefui Jino, Yuchid, and I can't pronounce all of those. But one thing became perfectly clear as I read. All of the killer's countless victims were killed and suspended in exactly the same way. At the sum of every murder, the word bloodless was left in victims' own blood. Now take a look at the next page. You'll find another interesting tidbit. Profiling results. All of the crimes took place either on weekdays at night or during holidays, either day or night. The most common time for the killings to take place was on holidays in the afternoon. Based on this fact, it could be suggested that the suspect may be a student. Evidence suggests that the suspected lingered at the scene, but when they did leave, they were in a panic. Because an eyewitness has never came forward, it's unlikely there was any internal reason for this. This confused behavior suggests that the suspect may potentially suffer from dissociative identity disorder.
So, in other words,
the key point here is that the culprit may have a split personality. Split personality? Is there even such a thing? So I'm part of another totally unbelievable story. But this one is way more unbelievable than anything else up till now. Or maybe if it really isn't. I don't know. I really feel like my mind has gone numb.
let's
we
go.
received the case file. Now we're off to the next area. Well, this is where we part ways. I have some things I need to take care of before the
I don't have
file. Okay. Now we need to go do one last looky look at something. Ifumi has discovered evidence relating the identity of the culprit.
I feel as if...
Another stat increased for me. Evidence? What did you find? I cannot reveal that just yet.
That's it. I'm sure
But I
of
guarantee that what I found will steal the killer's breath from his lungs. Are you sure about that? Yes. Miss Ludenberg said she witnessed something worthwhile too. Really? What did she say?
Well, it would seem...
She refused to tell me. It's like when a girl bullies the boy she likes, right? Right? Okay, so where is Celeste now? The warehouse by the dorms. She was there, but at the same time, not there. What's it gonna be? Alright, let's go find Miss Celeste. Oh, I'm sure there must be something later. Okay, we'll go over here first, because I already know what the next area is. There's a strange stain on the carpet. What is this? Boys' lockers from carpet has been added. Alright. This poster. It's a popular boy band called Tornado. Somehow it doesn't quite seem to fit in the boys' locker room. And I think that was it. Okay, yeah. Let's go back to the other room real quick. Oh, I came out the wrong way. Yes, leave the pool, leave the pool, leave the pool. Oh, trust me, I know exactly what you're feeling, and oh boy, are you gonna be thrown through a loophole. It's the bloodstained poster. The blood is the most noteworthy part, but the big-breasted swimsuit model is pretty noticeable too. A girl's locker room doesn't seem like the kind of place you find something like this. Oh, but wait, that reminds me. The poster in the other locker room. That's right, there's definitely something strange about this. In the boys' locker room, there's a poster of a popular boy band. In the girls' locker room, there's a poster of a big-breasted swimsuit model. Could the posters have been switched? But if they were, why? What reason would anyone have? Maybe I should talk to someone who knows a little more about the locker room. 2 locker room posters has been added. Alright, gotta talk to you, Big Maga. Alright, you spend a lot of time exercising in the girls' locker room, right, Sakura?
Of course.
I've used it nearly every day since it opened up. Sometimes Hina and I use it together. Okay then, let me ask you something. Do you think the posters in the boys' and the girls' locker rooms could have been switched?
I'm sorry.
Sorry, I can't really say. I never really paid any attention to those posters. I see.
However,
But there is something that's been bothering me about the locker room. You see, I like to drink a little protein coffee every time I finish exercising. We have protein coffee? In the warehouse, it's not the highest quality, but I don't have a lot of other options. I mix protein powder with coffee and down a glass of it after exercising. Anyway, the other day I spilled some on the carpet in the girls' locker room and it left a stain. A stain? But I don't see any stains on the carpet now.
of course.
Exactly. I noticed it earlier. The stain has disappeared. I can only assume someone came along and cleaned it up. But still, it is unusually clean, as if there was never a stain here to begin with. Disappearing stain has been added to your truth. Yeah. And then I think the last person we need to ask is Mondo, and then we'll go look for Little Miss Celeste. Dude had a real weak complex. Yeah, this is the same shit he's saying earlier. Kyoko?
However,
Nope, you got the same shit. Okay, whatever. Yes, we are. Oh, there's more I need to check out. What else do I need to check out? Oh yeah, I forgot the style that she has. We'll just fast forward. Blah, 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 blah. Blah, 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 blah. Blah, 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 blah. Okay. Now can we leave? Alright, see you later, nerd. Alright, let's go look for Little Miss Celeste. Chill. Why is that duct tape? I don't remember that door being duct tape closed. The door won't budge, it must be locked. But the bigger question is why? Why would you need to lock a door? Celeste! You're supposed to be over here in the warehouse, right? Ah, there you are. Celeste? What are you doing here? The warehouse is amazing. It has absolutely everything one might need to live a full life. From food to clothes to towels, there's an endless supply to choose from. I can see that. But have you found anything related to the case?
most unfortunate.
I knew you were going to ask me that. I thought talking about the warehouse itself might distract you, but I see it was pointless. Then you did find something. Very well, I will tell you, and only you.
Actually,
Last night I saw her here. Chihiro was in the warehouse. What? Really?
Indeed.
It was right before nighttime.
Hmm? What are you doing out this late?
Oh, I was just...
Are you planning to go exercise, perhaps?
What? How did you know?
Because I can see a blue track jacket sticking out of that duffel bag you're carrying.
Oh, you're right. Thanks. Well, I'd better get going. I'm kind of in a hurry.
She stuffed the jacket into her bag in a hurry. It was almost like she was trying to hide it. And just like that, she was gone.
Yes, indeed.
I assumed she was merely stocking up to go exercise in the morning, but it would appear she ignored the nighttime rule and Haley directed to the girls' locker room. If she hadn't broken our rule, none of this would ever have happened. You get what you deserve, I suppose. So apparently, she went to the girls' locker room late at night in order to exercise without anyone knowing. But the strange thing is, there was no trace of a track jacket or duffel bag, so let's say she was I can't talk right now. Later, nerd. Alright, next up, what do we gotta do? I'm trying to remember. Oh, yeah, we gotta talk to Hina, I think, or Toko, I think, one more time. No. Okay, never mind. Who do we need to go talk to then? I'm trying to remember. Blah, 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 blah. Shoot. Maybe let me go to the dining hall real quick. Ah, there she is, Hina. Hey, girl. Oh, Hina. How's Toko doing? Same as before. She won't come out. And she just keeps on mumbling something about Genocide Jack. So I just left her there. You left her? My head was all swimmily and I was getting pretty hungry.
Yeah!
Oh, but don't worry, I'm gonna head back as soon as I'm done eating. Toko's not exactly pleasant, but I'm still worried about her. Speaking of which, what are you eating? A donut, of course? Of course. There's two things I'm sure God created. Outer space and donuts. Really? I bet Chihiro would have loved to eat more donuts. Maybe that was one of her big regrets.
Aww.
I should have tried to spend more time with her. Come to think of it, who did she spend time with?
Well...
Yeah, she was a little bit strange. Didn't really hang out with all the other girls much. It was like she was just trying to keep her distance from us. Actually, Sayaka said something similar earlier. She said that even though you and her invited Chihiro to exercise with you, she'd always refuse.
Yeah, totally.
Yep, it's true. And it wasn't just us either. It was like she stayed away from all the girls. Was she just shy? I don't know. She started talking to the boys all the time. Even if it's kind of weird to be shy around your own sex, I totally find one with the opposite sex. Oh wait, maybe she was used to guys spoiling her. The law says you can't judge a book by its cover, right? You think so? I never really saw her as that kind of a girl. Ayo's account has been added to from the class. Alright, next up. I believe a bat. Boobity, 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 boobity. Blah, blah, blah. Okay. I guess I need to go back up to the place then. Let me teleport because yeah, it's taking a bit longer. What? I still need to go back over there? What did I forget? Oh, what's her face? She should be over here. And the mysterious laptop is gone. And the lamp with the desk and the thing. Okay. There we go. The lamp it won't turn on because of the extension cord. I think there was one more thing I needed in. Oh yeah, okay, yeah, cause freaking what's his face? He took the folder for Genocide Jack's case.
I'm getting tired of waiting. Shall we just plunge right in? It's the moment you've all been waiting for! The class trial! You remember where to meet, right? Please go through the red door on the first floor of the school. See you soon!
Beginning the class trial, or it's about to begin. So, is everyone ready to what? Am I blind or are we missing someone?
Yo.
Yeah, Toko's not here. And Toko is... You really don't remember?
Come on!
Kidding, I'm just kidding. How could I forget that little nut job? To the crucial part of this class trial this time.
What are you gonna do?
Okie dokie, I'll go ahead and drag her out here, kicking and screaming. Just one moment, please. And just like that, he said a few minutes later, he reappeared dragging Toko behind him. I told him I didn't want to, but he forced me. I can't believe you would drag a girl around. Terrible, you're just terrible. Whew. So, now everyone's here, right? Okay then, hustle over to the elevator and let's get the show on the road. I'll see you guys
Let's
down
go.
there. Well, shall we get going? It's time to find out who killed Chihiro. Chihiro Fujisaki. She was so gentle, so calm and meek. Nobody had any problems with her. Someone made the choice to kill a girl like that. And that murderer is one of us. Someone standing right here. We have no choice, right? We have to do this.
It's true.
Yes. I gave a small nod in reply. With one last deep breath, I walked toward the elevator on shaky legs. With each step forward, I could feel my heart starting to race faster and faster. As soon as everyone else was on, the elevator began to descend. I couldn't get a hold of my emotions. I couldn't stop speculating. The steel box sank with heavy clanking sounds deeper and deeper into the ground. And we went deeper, the uneasiness in my heart grew bigger and bigger. The elevator was unaffected, however, and continued to descend without hesitation. Until finally, it came to a sudden stop. What do you think I redecorated? Isn't it so fresh? It's so exciting. Don't waste our time with stupid questions. Let's get this over with.
Very nice.
Good, good. You're raring to go. Gotta say, I don't hate it. Not at all.
Well?
Okay then, let's get this show on the road.
Thrills, chills, kills!
Everyone, please find your assigned seats. And so the curtain opened once again. A deadly judgment, a deadly deception, a deadly betrayal, a deadly riddle, a deadly defense, a deadly fate, a deadly class trial. Do you want to say it? But of course. Nice. Okay, let's get some of our skills. Where is that cheat code skill? Da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. The time limit doesn't decrease even if you shoot. Thank you. And we're also gonna do algorithm. And I think that's all the skills I have. Yeah, that's all I got for now. Let's go.
Let's begin with a basic explanation of the class trial. So, your votes will determine the results. If you can figure out who done it, then only they will receive punishment. But if you pick the wrong one, then I'll punish everyone besides the blackened, and the one that deceived everyone else will graduate. Okay, then. So, first off, let's talk about the murder weapon!
First, we have to make clear what was used to deliver the final blow. Locker room blubber.
Chihiro's fatal injury. It appears it was a head wound. According to the Monokuma file. The killer used a blunt instrument. But what kind of blunt instrument could it have been? Shoot!
Chihiro's, it appears it
According to the Monokuma file, the killer used a blunt... What kind of blunt instrument could it have been?
I bet it was an iron pipe.
Oh, fire the bullet. Shoot the bullet!
Interesting.
You bitch!
That certainly would make...
Poor Chihiro.
Why didn't they shoot the
Chihiro's,
bullet?
it appears it was...
According to the Monokuma file, what kind of blunt...
I bet it was an iron.
Stop pushing that button and shoot the damn thing!
No, that's wrong.
God damn it.
Can we agree that the object that dealt the fatal blow was the dumbbell found at the scene of the crime?
Yes.
It was covered in blood, and there was nothing else at the scene that could have caused that kind of injury.
And the wound on the victim's head is consistent with the shape of the dumbbell. As far as I'm concerned, there's no mistake and no room for doubt on this one.
You looked at her head wound?
Yay! That's so creepy!
If you don't mind, I will proceed from here. Let's move on to discussion of the culprit. Although, I believe the criminal behind this heinous act is already quite clear.
What? For real?
Chihiro's killer is the fiendish serial killer, Genocide Jack.
Genocide Jack, the fiendish serial killer. Did he really kill Chihiro? A new element has been added. Sure, because I don't remember this part. The white noise will appear to disrupt your refresh. Your truth words will disappear if they hit the lines, so think of them as obstacles in your debate. Press X to attach a silencer. However, if you shoot an actual remark with your silencer instead of the white noise, the time limit will decrease, which is why okay. Now I remember why I added the cheat mode.
The culprit is Genocide Jack. I'm sure of it. Case closed. as far as I'm concerned.
But that's impossible!
Why? What makes it impossible?
Well, I mean, come on! There's just no proof for it.
No, that's wrong. I might know one reason he could be involved.
What?
I found this file while I was looking around the archive in the library. I guess it's some kind of confidential file the police put together about the Genocide Jack case.
What? That's kinda weird as shit, isn't it? What was something like that doing in the library?
The why of it is probably more trouble than it's worth. So let's forget about that for now. More importantly, it outlines all the specifics of every Genocide Jack case in exceeding detail. According to the file, there appear to be two defining characteristics in every Genocide Jack case. The first is that a bloody message is found written at the scene of every murder.
Oh, that's right. Boob lust.
No. It's actually bloodlust.
But more important is the other characteristic, and it's something that has never been made public.
Never made public? What the hell is it?
Why don't you tell them, Makoto?
The other characteristics of every Genocide Jack case which the world at large doesn't know. If I'm not mistaken, it has to do with the position of the body.
I got it! Apparently, in every Genocide Jack case, the killer suspends the body in a certain way. Other than the killer, the only people who know about this are the higher-ups in the police department.
However, Chihiro was most definitely suspended in the same way. So, how did the culprit know about this when only high-level police officials were aware of it? There's only one logical answer I can think of. It's because the culprit in this case is the real Genocide Jack.
No fucking way!
You're saying Genocide Jack is one of us?
Yes, in fact, it's Toko.
What?
Genocide Jack's true identity is Toko Fukawa.
You lie!
What? Hey, okay, wait, hold on a sec. Toko has, like, bloodophobia or whatever, remember? What kind of serial killer is afraid of blood?
Is Toko Genocide Jack? The answer is yes and no.
Another riddle? Man, why is this gotta be so complicated?
It's a riddle for sure, but I feel like I understand it. What it means for genocide to be Toko, but also to not be Toko. The answer is that she's not just one person, but multiple people, right? I don't even remember what this was. I don't even remember the word that's supposed to be built out. I don't even remember what the word that was supposed to be spelled out here.
I refuse to give up yet!
Okay. So we're just gonna slow things down a little bit. So H-I... I think we discovered there's supposed to be an S at the beginning? Yeah. Ooh. No.
Now I understand.
Oh, freaking schizo. Oh, Jesus.
Is it because Genocide Jack has a split personality?
Huh?
I think I read that somewhere in the file, too. They thought that the suspect might have... what did they call it? Dissociative identity disorder.
Oh, okay. But still, to go and say that about Miss Fukawa is...
Perfectly acceptable. Toko's strange behavior after seeing the body is proof enough that she has a split personality.
The only thing that shows Toko could have split personality has to do with the behavior.
I got it!
Her
You're
behavior
talking
changed.
about how she started acting totally different than usual, right?
That's right. Think back. She fainted when she saw Chihiro's corpse, and then, when she woke up...
She was acting funny, that's for sure. That melancholy tone of hers completely disappeared.
Don't go assigning adjectives to my tone without permission.
Not to mention, once she regained consciousness and saw Chihiro's body again, she was utterly calm. In other words, within her is one personality that can't handle blood, and one that obviously can.
So when Toko trapped herself in her room, it's because she was scared of Genocide Jack?
The reason she locked herself in her room wasn't to keep other people from getting in. It was to keep her other personality from getting out.
What?
Toko was afraid. Afraid of the murderous fiend inside of her. Of killing even more people.
How?
Yeah. How can you know all this?
I do believe you misunderstood her. What she's trying to say isn't, how can you know all this? No. What she wants to know is, how could you tell them?
Huh?
Last night, just before Monokuma gave his motive speech, Toko and I had a strange conversation. She told me a most interesting story. She said a murderous fiend lived within her, and she was afraid it could appear and attack at any time. And that trepidation is what's caused her to have such a bleak attitude. Isn't that right, Toko?
This is all a lie. Right, Toko?
You said you wouldn't tell anyone.
What?
You promised! I can't believe you lied!
You have only yourself to blame. You came to me with your tragic little story. I didn't ask you to. This is the real world, not some romantic fantasy fairy tale. Besides, you broke your promise first. You said that as long as you were here, no matter what, you wouldn't let Genocide Jack kill anyone. But in spite of that promise...
You said if I kept my promise, you would go out with me. That's the only reason I promised.
How many times do I have to tell you? I never said that, but you weren't able to do it. You just couldn't resist that rush you got from killing, could you?
I tried. I swear I tried to control it,
But your efforts were useless. What a disappointment.
I hate you.
Well, the opening act is nearly finished. All that's left is to hear from the person in question directly.
The person? You don't mean...
Toko's body suddenly lunged backwards. A huge thud echoed across the courtroom. But in the second...
Well, hello there! Is it me you were hoping to see?
Yes! What the heck?
So you figured it out, huh? Well, whatever. What are you gonna do? I'm the ultimate murderous fiend, Genocide Jack! Or better yet, let's go with Genocide Jill!
What the fuck is this?
Toko, What happened to you?
Not Toko. That's a loser name. And what happened is a textbook split personality. So what if one of them happens to be a serial killer? You should turn a blind eye to one's faults.
She's so intense.
Like they say, sound and murderous mind, sound and murderous body.
This one is so different from the one we've come to know.
Yes, well, the world is composed of a front and a back, you know. Just like how every inning has a top and a bottom, or how in the depths of every truth lives a little lie. Behind every dark and gloomy soul lives another that shines as bright as the sun!
This is the murderous fiend Genocide Jack? This is beyond insane.
Miss Jack, Jill, can I ask you a question?
What's up?
Some of us think you might be the mastermind behind our entire situation. What are your thoughts on that?
Well, I'll tell you. I am the mastermind of all masterminds! Just kidding!
Then it's not true?
Of course it's not true! How dare you try to link me to that creepazoid? And another thing, the police and government and society in the outside world are totally powerless! I mean, they just let this idiotic bloodthirsty maniac go buck wild all over town!
Sure, I'm a bloodthirsty maniac, but life is pain, right? To live is to hurt other people. It's a necessary evil if you want to survive. The act of living itself causes pain for everyone. Just kidding again!
This should be enough to convince you. This murderous fiend is responsible for Chihiro's death. There's clearly a motive, so there should be no doubt.
A motive?
Remember what Monokuma told us? If someone didn't murder and graduate within 24 hours, an embarrassing memory or secret would be revealed. Well, let's assume that Toko's secret was about Genocide Jack. If a secret like that came to light, Toko's life would have undoubtedly been forever ruined. So she had a very clear motive to never have that side of herself exposed.
Interesting. Very, very, very interesting. But sorry, as much as I hate to admit it, I'm not the culprit.
Huh?
But I cannot imagine anyone other than you could murder someone in such a bizarre fashion.
Maybe so, but nevertheless, it's the truth.
Do you really expect any of us to believe you?
Yeah. I could never believe a word you say, you monster!
Maybe she's totally right about that, but something still bothers me. What she said. I need to get some more details about all of this.
Sorry, but I didn't kill anyone!
You say that, but do you really expect any of us to believe it?
Perhaps if you had an alibi, that would change things.
Oh, an alibi, huh? Now we're talking!
When you compare your past murders to this incident, the modus operandi matches completely.
No, that's wrong! Are the methods of murder really exactly the same? I'm not so sure about that. I think there's a slight difference between the Genocide Jack cases and this one.
Huh? How's it any different?
Uh-oh, you don't know? Well then, human garbage, let me tell you! I murder with passion and conviction. I consider myself a professional, and I have a very particular way of doing things. Imagine you go to a fancy Italian restaurant. They're very picky about the noodles, the sauce, everything. But what happened to Chihiro? It'd be like if that same Italian restaurant started using ragu or Chef Boyardee. This is no creation of mine.
Let me rephrase that in a way that maybe makes more sense. There are two clear differences between the Genocide Jack cases and this one.
There's one clear difference between the murders. In the photos from the other Genocide Jack case, look at the neck and stomach. Here you see a clear difference.
I got it! For one, the cause of death is different. In the Genocide Jack murders, all the victims were killed the same way. According to the case file, they were all apparently killed with a pair of scissors. But Chihiro died from a blow to the head, right?
Ah, yes. That is remarkably different from the other murders.
Wouldn't it be strange for someone who kills the same way without fail to suddenly change their method? And there's more. One more conflicting detail.
That's right! In my recipe of murder, if the bloody message is the tortellini, then the arrangement of the body would be the pesto sauce!
Could you please stop comparing killing people to cooking?
So, are you saying the other difference has to do with how the body was arranged?
That's right. The second difference is related to how she was suspended. In the photos of the other Genocide Jack case, all the other victims were stabbed through their hands. Here you see a difference.
I got it! Do you remember what the killer used to suspend her? They used some kind of rope to hang her up by her wrists.
What is your point?
Well, in all the previous Genocide Jack cases, something else was used to suspend them. Specifically, pairs of razor-sharp scissors.
And guess what? I used my own specially designed scissors for the murders and the arrangement! Like I said, I'm a professional, so naturally I'm very picky about the tools I use. And you know what else? Big Mac said there's two differences, but he's wrong.
Big Mac? Are you referring to me?
Listen up, Big Mac! There's actually one more difference!
Huh?
My word, you really didn't notice? Take a look at who the victims were in each Genocide Jack case. There's a pattern there, just waiting to be discovered.
A pattern?
Figure that out, and it'll be plain as death why I couldn't have possibly killed that little lolly girl.
Let's see. There was a pattern surrounded to the Genocide Jack victims, and Chihiro didn't fit it. If you look at the names of every victim, what you notice is... I think I figured it out.
I got it! Is it because Chihiro was a girl?
Bingo! Bullseye! Right on the money!
What are you talking about?
In all the Genocide Jack cases, all the victims had something in common.
Handout 32. Names I cannot pronounce.
They were all guys?
That's right! The people I kill with such passion and conviction are all adorable little men! I can't believe I said it! I'm so embarrassed!
The hell is wrong with you?
I can't help it! I'm just a full-throttle boy-on-boy fangirl, and the mopey side of me just hates it. But now I'm on the fast track to becoming a full-fledged fan madam!
So, since Chihiro was a girl and not an adorable little man, you wouldn't kill her?
Would an Italian chef suddenly start making ramen just because they're both noodles? Don't be stupid. I have too much passion and conviction to cross that line. That's the absolute reality of the one and only.
We get it. You've clearly explained your hobby and your philosophy. But that's not all there is to it. It's a different matter entirely, when you're forced to kill in order to survive.
Quiet, lowly cur!
Lowly? Cur?
I would never kill for a reason as petty as mere survival. And if by some fluke I did kill to survive, why would I bother with the message and arrangement? It'd make me the obvious suspect!
That does make some amount of sense.
Plus, whatever reason I have for killing, I would never leave out my prized scissors. Who would go out of their way to use a big, stupid, heavy dumbbell?
Maybe you used the dumbbell because you couldn't find any scissors in the school?
Any scissors? I don't just use any scissors. I only use my own set of high-class envy of the entire world scissors!
Okay, whatever. There still aren't any in the school.
Are you sure about that?
She's fully equipped!
That's right! So I can kill anywhere, anytime! Why would I resort to dumbbells or rope when I have my trusty scissors by my side? Go ahead, tell me I'm wrong! You can't, can you, gutter dogs, all of you! Not to mention, I have no clue how to tie a good knot! So rope's totally out of the question anyway!
I have no idea what's going on anymore! Could such a heinous villain really be innocent?
But the body really was suspended, right? And nobody but the police knew about that.
Yeah. That's why we figured it had to be the real deal and not some copycat killer or whatever.
Actually, hold on. There is one person who could have copied the genocide Jack cases. Where are you?
Here's my answer. Byakuya, it's possible you could have found out, isn't it? You'd have no problem gaining access to classified government documents or internal police records. Plus, you'd already looked through the Genocide Jack file before this all happened, hadn't you?
Are you saying Mr. Togami did it?
Then the reason he pushed the theory of Genocide Jack being the killer so hard was because he wanted to pin the crime on her.
So, he rearranged the scene to disguise it and make it look like I put my stamp on it! The adorable glasses man was behind it all? Oh, I'm on fire!
Well, Byakuya, what's your response?
I see. So now the suspicion falls on me. Then I must ask, when would you say I began acting suspicious? Surely you must have an answer.
Looking back and thinking about it now, the way you were acting right before we discovered the body was a little strange. You wanted to go to the girls' locker room right away, right? But since you're a guy...
I should have naturally thought of the boys' locker room first. Is that what you want to say? The victim was Chihiro, a girl. Hence why I said we should check the girls' locker room.
Nothing strange about that, I'd say.
On the contrary, there's something very strange.
Okay then, what's so strange about it? Go ahead, share with the rest of the class.
There was a clear contention in what Byakuya just said. I need to make it clear to everyone. A new element has been added. Sure. Next, we're going to add called a truth flashback. Oh yeah, this is like finding coffee and then paste or whatever.
So, you said Byakuya was acting kind of weird before we found the body. But he was acting weird... how?
If you're presented with the opportunity to check out the girls' locker room,
You absolutely take it! That's a natural reaction for any guy!
The victim was Chihiro, who was a girl. So of course I would suggest we check the girls' locker room first. There was no time for pointless distractions. What's so strange about that?
I wish you'd taken me with you.
So, you said Byakuya was acting kind of weird before we found the body.
Oh, so it was the other way around. It's
So,
been a while
you said
since
Byakuya was acting kind of weird, but he was acting weird.
If you're presented with the opportunity,
That's a natural...
The victim was...
No, that's wrong.
There we go.
I'll tell you what's so strange about that. Because up until we actually discovered the body, we couldn't have known who the victim was. So your claim that you went to the girls' locker room first because Chihiro was the victim doesn't hold up.
I see. That's a good answer, I must admit. Interesting. Very interesting indeed. But your reasoning is still too weak.
Huh?
What's wrong? Is that it? Surely you've got more than that. Go ahead. Show us.
What was Byakuya's attitude? It's like he doesn't even care. I got him cornered, but he's acting like he has nothing to do with him.
What's the matter? You're not finished already, are you? There must be more to it.
There is. I think.
There is more to it. Think about it. We just talked about the differences between this case and past Genocide Jack incidents. The proof you're looking for is hidden in there.
Oh? Proof that I'm the culprit, you mean?
The difference between this case and other Genocide Jack murders. The evidence that proves Byakuya is responsible is hidden in there. What could it be?
What? The difference between the cases? You want me to explain it again? When I want to kill, I use my very own special scissors. And I use those same scissors to arrange the body.
But Chihiro was suspended with... It was some kind of rope. Was it not?
That's right! It absolutely was!
then there must be something very fishy indeed about that rope.
Hey, Byakuya, where'd you get it from, huh?
I'd never seen that rope before in my life. Obviously, somebody else must have had it hidden away somewhere.
What? The difference between the cases? You want me to explain it again? When I want to kill, I use my very... And I use those same scissors to arrange the body.
But Chihiro was suspended. It was some kind of...
That's right! It absolutely...
Then there must be something...
Hey, Byakuya,
I'd never seen that rope before in my life. Obviously,
somebody else must have
That's
had
the
it
one
hidden
I
away
have to
somewhere.
copy, so I think I need to hit it on
What?
Coco's
The difference
thing.
between the cases? You want me to explain it again? When I want to kill, I use my very own special scissors. And I use those same scissors to arrange the body.
But Chihiro was suspended with... It was some kind of rope.
That's right!
Oh, wait a
Then
minute.
there
I'm a
must be
fool. I'm a
Hey,
fool. I'm a
Byakuya,
fool.
I'd never seen that. Obviously, somebody else must have had it hidden away somewhere.
What? The difference? You want me to explain? When I want to kill, I use my... And I use those same scissors to arrange the body.
But Chihiro was suspended with... It was some kind of...
That's right!
Then there must be some...
Hey, Byakuya,
Where'd you get...
I'd never seen that.
That rope before in my life.
No?
Shoot!
What? The difference between the cases?
Oh, wait a
want me to
minute.
explain
That's right.
it?
That's
I
right.
like
I'm
to kill.
stupid.
I can use those
It
things.
gave me
But
the option.
Chihiro, it was some kind of...
That's right.
Then there must be some...
Hey, Byakuya. I'd never seen...
Seen that rope before in my life.
No, that's wrong. Actually, I'm pretty sure you have seen it before. Because, you see, that rope, or should I say, that extension cord?
What? An extension cord?
Byakuya, you've used the extension cord in the library more than once, haven't you? And the same extension cord that was in the library all this time went missing after the murder. And there's no way someone who uses that extension cord as much as you do wouldn't discover that fact.
Then Byakuya must be the one who took the extension cord. I can't imagine any other possibility.
That's really what you think? Then your conclusion is something like this? I killed Chihiro in the girls' locker room, then hung her up and wrote that bloody message. I intentionally made it look like Genocide Jack was behind it. Is that about right?
He's doing it again. He's totally calm, totally unconcerned, as if he not even involved. Wait, not
What's
even
wrong?
involved.
I asked you if you think that's what happened.
Hell yes, that's what happened. So that's it, right? Byakuya's the killer.
I don't disagree with not disagreeing.
He kept calling this a game, right? So he'd be totally willing to do something like this to win.
Sorry, but could we hold on just a second? I think we need to talk about this a little more.
Huh? Do we really need to? We've already decided who did it.
I know, but still, there's something that's still bothering me.
Is that right? And what, pray tell, is still bothering you? I killed her in the girls' locker room, then disguised my crime. Specifically, I dressed it up to make it look like it was the work of a homicidal psychopath. What about all that bothers you?
Wait, what was that just now? Something's not right. Chihiro's body was definitely found in the girls' locker room, but does that mean... Can I really just accept what Byakuya said as the truth? No, I don't think so. There's definitely something off about what he said.
I got it! You say you killed Chihiro in the girls' locker room, right? But are you sure about that? Isn't it possible that the murder took place somewhere else?
How disappointing. What kind of question is that? Even in the world of disappointments, this is a true letdown. She was found dead in the girls' locker room. There is absolutely no question about that. How could the scene of the crime have been anywhere else?
Well, I think it's entirely possible that she was killed somewhere else, then carried there later, along with the rest of the murder scene.
The rest of the murder scene? That was awfully specific. Please tell me you have a reason for saying all of that.
I believe I do.
Hey, Byakuya, did I just take you off guard? When the story suddenly moved to the crime scene, Byakuya, who has been so confident up until now, maybe Byakuya never even realized that the actual scene of the crime could have been somewhere else.
Hey, don't just move on without permission! What do you mean she was killed somewhere else?
Come on, Makoto. If there's any chance the murder took place somewhere else, let's see the proof.
Evidence that shows the murder took place somewhere else. There was something that was switched between the boys' and girls' locker room, and that was the posters.
I got it! The proof that she was killed somewhere else is the poster that's hanging in each locker room.
Your proof is some posters?
The poster in the girls' locker room was a picture of a big-boobed supermodel. But don't you think that's kind of strange? Why would the girls' locker room have a poster like that?
I bet those massive jugs of hers were totally fake!
Meanwhile, the boys' locker room had a poster of the super popular boy band Tornado.
Fucking
Again,
Genocide Jack.
that doesn't really seem to belong in a boys' locker room.
So you're saying that maybe the posters were switched?
And there's one other thing I noticed about the locker rooms. You know what I'm talking about, right, Sakura?
You're referring to my protein coffee, aren't you?
Protein coffee?
While I was in the girls' locker room earlier, I spilled some protein coffee on the carpet. But I noticed that after the murder, the stain had been totally scrubbed away.
No, it's not the stain that was scrubbed away. It was moved.
I got it! The stain on the girls' locker room carpet wasn't scrubbed away. In fact, I found it on the boys' locker room carpet.
That's definitely the stain from my protein coffee.
Then, does that mean that the carpets were switched too? But why would anyone do that?
To move the murder scene from one locker room to the other. It's certainly plausible, don't you think?
What?
In other words, in order to completely swap the scene of the crime, the blood-stained poster and carpet were moved along with the dead body. By doing this, the killer was able to change the entire room where the murder took place.
I can certainly follow your reasoning, but why would the culprit bother doing that?
Huh?
Why would they go to all that trouble of switching the scene of the crime? Actually, an even bigger question. If the murder did take place in the boys' locker room, then how did Chihiro get in the boys' locker room in the first place? To get into the locker rooms, you have to swipe your e-handbook across the card reader device. But Chihiro's handbook should have only allowed her access to the girls' locker room. She had no way to get into the boys' locker room to begin with.
No, she did have a way, and I can tell you what it was.
I highly doubt that.
Shut up! I'm telling you, I know how she could have done it.
Is he right? Could Chihiro really have gotten to the boys' locker room somehow?
Is it really possible? Could Chihiro really have gotten into the boys' locker room somehow?
Ah! I've got it! She must have hacked her e-handbook! She was the ultimate programmer, after all. I'm sure that would have been no problem for her.
No, I don't think that's it. She used the thing that was in the main hall.
Huh? What thing?
I'm talking about Leon's handbook, of course.
No, that's wrong! No, I don't think Chihiro used Leon's handbook.
Why not?
Because Leon's handbook was broken.
Oh. Well, then, yeah, I guess that'd be pretty impossible, huh?
I am struck silent by how quickly you gave up.
Plus, isn't there a regulation against using someone else's handbook?
Actually, the rule states that loaning your handbook is prohibited. It says nothing about borrowing one. In other words, you could borrow a dead person's handbook all you want, and you'd be safe.
Yup, yup, yup! Hit the nail square on the noggin!
Of course, if it were broken, that wouldn't make any sense anyway.
So then, she must have hacked hers like I said. She used her ultimate programmer skills and...
Psst! You can't fix an e-handbook! The instant you open one up, a security buzzer starts blaring!
So, if she didn't use Leon's handbook, and she didn't modify her own handbook...
Maybe Mr. Naegi's initial assumption is just wrong?
It seems like there's no way she could have got into the boys' locker room. So I guess so.
Okay then, I vote for Byakuya!
Is that it then? Chihiro was killed in the girls' locker room and Byakuya's the one who really did it? Really? But still, I don't know what else I can do.
Hold on a second. I agree with you, though. I think you're on the right track.
What the... You finally decide to open your mouth and that's what you've got to say? There's no way she could get in the boys' locker room, right? So...
Why are you so sure she couldn't get in? There's still one other way she could have gained access.
What?
What are you talking about? What other way is there?
Well, to explain that, why don't we take a little break from the trial? I'd like you all to come see something.
Wait! Just what do you think you're doing?
Don't worry. This'll make the whole trial more exciting. I'm sure that thought must please you.
Huh? It'll make things more exciting? Well, all right then. I declare an official class trial recess.
Huh? For real?
Now then, what is it you want to show us? It better not be boring or I'll be very unhappy.
Oh, I have no doubt it'll meet your lofty expectations. So, shall we go?
So before I even knew what was happening, the class trial had been put on hold. We headed off with Kyoko in the lead. And where she took us was...
The girls' locker room?
We've already searched this place top to bottom! What are you trying to pull, Missy?
I'd like you to examine the victim's body one more time.
You want to check it again?
Be sure to examine the entire body very carefully. Take your time.
Examine her carefully? Like using our hands?
No way!
It's probably best if I don't run my hands all over a girl's dead body.
It's not that I'm creeped out or anything, it's just... based on religious grounds, you know?
Very well. I'll do it.
But you're a girl. You shouldn't have to touch a dead body. Just let one of the boys do it.
No, it's okay. I think Chihiro would rather have a girl examine her. So just leave this to me.
Sakura.
What is this? Some kind of secret girl-on-girl action? Is that what you two are about?
That's not it at all. Stop screwing around.
Okay, here I go. I'm sorry, Chihiro. Please excuse the intrusion.
Putting her hands together in a brief prayer, Sakura then began to quickly examine her body.
Be sure to check her entire body, and I believe we will solve this particular mystery.
Her entire body? I know you say that, but... What? This is... What is this...
What is it?
Not possible. It's not possible.
Sakura's eyes was staring wildly at Chihiro's lifeless form. Her massive female
This
frame trembled.
girl is
what?
Is a boy.
Ah, I see. So she was actually a he. Interesting. Thank you for confirming this fact.
What? You're joking, right?
I wouldn't joke about this.
Then it's really true?
Chihiro was a guy?
Oh, what? You guys didn't know? Heck, I knew that right off the bat. Chihiro Fujisaki was totally a guy.
Then he was a cross-dresser? Oh, no, I'm really on fire! I wish I had killed him!
So that's what Kyoko wanted to show everyone, huh? Interesting. Yes, that certainly does make things much more exciting. Now let's ride this wave of excitement back to the courtroom and get back to the trial. Ahem. I do apologize for keeping you waiting. Now then, let's resume the class trial. We've all just learned of the shocking revelation that Chihiro was actually a boy. Let's pick up from there.
Yes, well, I don't know his reason for hiding it, but the fact is, Chihiro was not a girl, but a boy.
You think that Chihiro was actually a guy? I thought had never even crossed my
And
mind.
because the victim was male, he would have had no problem gaining access to the boys' locker room.
Assuming his handbook did, in fact, list his gender as male, then yes, that would be true.
Of course his handbook said he was a boy. He dressed like a girl, but he was a boy through and through.
So then, there should be no issue with Makoto's initial assertion. The victim was killed in the boys' locker room, and was then later moved to the girls' locker room. And the killer could have easily used Sayaka or Junko's handbook to get into the girls' locker room.
So Chihiro really was killed in the boys' locker room?
I still don't understand the motive for moving the body, but yes, that does seem plausible.
Well, I must admit, I did find it rather odd. I knew he felt a little off. There was a certain incongruity to his female body.
This is the most titillating situation!
So now everything has been connected. All the mysteries have finally become clear.
Okay, well, connected or clear or whatever. We still think you're the killer, remember?
Very interesting. This has become very interesting indeed.
Ah, he's off in his own little world.
What about you, Makoto? After everything we've learned, do you still think Byakuya's the killer?
Well, without a doubt, Byakuya is the one that made Chihiro's death look like Genocide Jack did it. But I think he might not actually be the killer after all.
What? But aren't you the one who accused him in the first place?
He just seems to be too easygoing about all this. Like he's enjoying us solving the mystery. The way he's acting, it makes it seem like it doesn't have anything to do with him.
And you think that might be because it doesn't have anything to do with him?
Plus, the evidence he left behind was a little too... how can I put it? Overt. He consciously chose to use the extension cord, knowing it could connect him to the murder. At least, that's how I see it. And Byakuya, when you found out the murder took place in the boys' locker room, it seemed to rattle you. And then again when you found out Chihiro was actually a guy. If you really were the killer, that stuff wouldn't have had any effect on you.
So that's your thinking, huh? Well, it bothers me that you don't have more concrete reasons, but it's fine. I guess I'll mark it as correct for the time being.
Mark it as correct?
He's right. I am not the culprit. I just happened to come across the corpse in the girls' locker room and decided to alter it.
Are you fucking with us right now?
No, I am not effing with you right now. I'm telling you the truth.
Well, I find it very hard to believe.
Go ahead. Find it very hard to believe. You're free to be executed along with the rest of us.
If you're really telling the truth, then why? Why do you do that to his body?
My reasons hardly matter right now. Uncovering the culprit is much more important, wouldn't you say? Now then, if it wasn't me, who was it?
Well, I don't think I can say for sure without talking about it a little more.
We're seriously gonna keep going? We're all good, aren't we? I thought it was clear Byakuya did it.
No, I'm with Makoto. If there's any doubt whatsoever, we need to explore every possibility. Because if we're wrong, we all die here.
That's true. Very well then. I'm with you too.
Damn straight. Count me in.
Do you not have a mind of your own?
Of course I do. What am I, an ant or something?
Anyway, let's discuss this all as a group one more time. We still have time to make our decision.
That's very true.
Our lives are all on the line.
Excellent. Then shall we resume our game of hide and seek?
But if Byakuya didn't do it, then who's the real killer? Who murdered Chihiro? There's one thing we can be sure that we know about the killer. The killer was able to gain access to the real murderer's scene, which means...
I got it!
Since the crime scene was in the boys' locker room, you will need a boys' handbook to get in. Since Leon's handbook is apparently broken, the killer would have to have used their own. In other words, it would have to have been a guy. But that's still not enough. I need to figure some more clues.
Isn't there a single clue that might lead us to who did it?
Oh, I thought that was it right away. I should know better than
Isn't there a single clue that might lead us to who did it?
Well, clues are one thing, but did nobody get a look at the killer?
I'm sure if someone saw the killer, they would have said something by now.
Perhaps someone saw the victim at some point. Even that might be enough for now.
Yeah. All we need right now is any kind of new info.
Bruh.
Shoot!
Isn't there a single clue?
Well, did nobody get...
I'm sure if someone saw the...
Perhaps someone saw the victim. Yeah.
It's over. It's all over. You want to know who saw the victim? The killer. And only the...
No, that's wrong. I believe someone else did see the victim before he was murdered. What do you think, Celeste?
Now that you mention it, yes, I did see him.
Huh? Really?
Oh, but I suppose only Makoto knows about this. The rest of you had no idea, did you? That is why you're all making such ugly noises.
Whatever! Just hurry up and tell us!
It was last night, right before nighttime. I saw Chihiro in the dormitory warehouse. I saw him stuffing a track jacket into a duffel bag. And then, I assume, he headed off to exercise.
A track jacket and a duffel bag? But we didn't find anything like that at the murder scene.
It seems likely that the culprit destroyed them to get rid of any evidence.
And that is when he said something that struck me as rather odd. Chihiro told me he was in a hurry. But why would he be in a hurry? Only if someone were waiting for him, I should think.
So, Mr. Fujisaki was on his way to meet with someone, and then they were going to work out together?
But Hina and I had invited him to exercise with us plenty of times, and he always declined.
Probably because he was afraid you'd find out the secret he was hiding, right?
Which means that conversely, he must have trusted whoever he was meeting with very much. Enough so that he was willing to risk his secret being revealed.
What a marvelous friendship! The point is, whoever he met up with is the culprit, right? So we just gotta figure out who it was.
But knowing what we know, I can't even guess.
No. You already have what you need to make the connection.
Huh?
You know who the killer is.
Seriously?
Who is it? Who's the killer?
Think back to the track jacket and duffel bag the killer disposed of. Focus on the details of these items, and it should become obvious who was waiting for him.
Are you sure about that?
You
You
should
really
have
think we
again.
can figure out who did it based on 2 pieces of evidence that we don't have?
What? You want to track down some fingerprints or something?
Even if we had the equipment for that, we wouldn't know how to use it.
As was noted, the evidence is already gone. There's nothing to get fingerprints from.
Maybe, but we can make certain inferences if we just take the time to talk it out.
Easy for you to say. But fine. Celeste, did you notice anything special about the bag or jacket?
The bag was just a normal duffel bag from the warehouse. All the bags in there are the same, so I can't imagine what would make that one special.
Well, if I remember right, there was a decent variety of tracksuits to choose from. Do you think there might be some connection between the culprit and Chihiro's jacket?
Perhaps. Let's explore that and talk a bit more about the jacket he took.
Does Chihiro's jacket really hold some clue about the killer? Somehow, it's really hard to believe.
First of all, we know where Chihiro was headed. He was on his way to go exercise. So next we have to ask, why did he choose the specific tracksuit that he did?
What do you mean, the specific tracksuit?
I got it! He picked that tracksuit because it matched the one the culprit was wearing.
So, what you're saying is, the killer was wearing the same blue tracksuit as him? My tracksuit is black.
I don't even have a tracksuit.
Oh wait, I think I already mixed up.
I have a white tracksuit personally. I got it from the warehouse, if you must know.
Did any of that really help us get any closer to figuring out who the culprit is?
No way. Not a chance.
Oh, but it did.
First of all, he was on his way, so next week, why did he choose?
What do you mean,
I got it! It matched the one.
So, the killer was
Wearing the same blue tracksuit as him?
No, that's wrong. Hold on a second, Mondo. What did you just say?
Huh? What'd I say?
When Celeste testified a few minutes ago, she said...
I saw him stuffing a track jacket into a duffel bag. And then I assumed he headed off to exercise.
She never said anything about the jacket's color. So why did you say Chihiro's blue tracksuit?
What are you... You just...
Hey, Celeste, what color was Chihiro's tracksuit?
As a matter of fact, it was blue.
And before we began the trial, did you tell anyone that?
The only one I told about any of this was you.
Then, Mondo, how did you know what color Chihiro's tracksuit was?
Because I'm
sure he saw the clothes at some point in the investigation.
No, that can't be it. The bag and clothes were surely disposed of by the time we began our investigation.
Then the only reason he could have known what color the tracksuit was is if he saw Cherry with it before he died! That's the only possibility!
Damn, she's calling the dude Cherry.
Are you talking about Chihiro? So, how about it? Did you see the tracksuit or didn't you?
just by chance. I just happened to see it last night. He walked past me, and he was carrying the tracksuit in his hands.
No, that can't be it either. According to Celeste's testimony,
She stuffed the jacket into her bag in a hurry. It was almost like she was trying to hide it. And just like that,
when
she was
Celeste
gone.
noticed it, Chihiro made a point of making sure the jacket was completely in the bag. If you just ran into him briefly, you couldn't possibly have seen what color the tracksuit was.
Yeah.
It would appear you've dug your own grave.
Perhaps. But you handed him the shovel, didn't you? That's why you said what you did. Focus on the tracksuit and it'll be obvious who he met with? What a bunch of nonsense.
Ah, now I understand. It was all one big bluff, wasn't it? Your true intention was to draw a slip of the tongue from the culprit. That's why you said you knew who did it, to put them on edge.
That's right. However, Mondo was my target all along. I had my suspicions about him from the very beginning.
But why? What made you so suspicious?
That's a good question.
The way he talked, the way he was acting, because I hated him. Nah, I think it was the way he was acting. Or never mind, okay, it was the way he talked.
Mondo?
Oh,
was it
never mind.
really you? Did you really kill Chihiro?
I didn't kill anyone! You've been all over me, judging everything I say, putting words in my mouth. What gives you the right to treat me like a goddamn criminal?
Yeah, he would never do something like that. This is a false accusation.
It's true. My reasoning on that is pretty shaky.
That was fast.
Well, this does present us with a problem. It seems we are all out of leads.
My time has nearly come. That's what my little ghost friend is telling me.
Oh yeah, that reminds me. Hifumi, weren't you telling me you'd found some evidence?
Really? What kind of evidence?
Actually, you know, now that I'm thinking about it here calmly, it might not be all that relevant.
Jeez, does your confidence just get up and walk away? It's fine, man. Just tell us.
If you really insist, then, here it is.
What do you have there?
It happens to be an e-handbook. I found it laying on the ground, so I scooped it up.
Found it on the ground, right? Then it must belong to...
I got it! We know Chihiro's handbook was missing from the scene of the crime, right?
For a fact.
For a fact indeed. I was totally sure I'd found it.
Then it must hold some clue about the culprit, right?
Well, that's what I was hoping. But it's busted. It won't even turn on.
I imagine the culprit broke it to get rid of any evidence after the murder.
That's odd. I didn't think the handbooks were quite so fragile.
You're right. They're not. They're totally waterproof and shock resistant. It would take an awful lot to break one.
And yet, this one does appear to be broken, as is Leon's, sitting useless in the main hall. For all your confidence, that is a remarkably high failure rate.
Do you think there might be some kind of mystery in there somewhere? How, precisely, did the handbooks get broken?
How did the handbook break? There's only one possible explanation. Oh god, I can't remember this one. I think no, it's not a bug, it's a weak point.
I got it! You already told us before that the handbook has one weak point, didn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah! You remember that? Sure, maybe I let that slip, but I never told anyone what the weak point actually was.
But if the handbook is supposed to never break, and two of them broke in quick succession, then
we can only assume that someone's figured out its weakness. You know what the weakness is, right, Monokuma? So, what is it?
Huh? You're asking me?
I think it's a necessary piece of information if you want this to be a fair trial.
Indeed.
But if I tell you, and someone else decides to copy it, that would be very not good.
Just tell us already! Why would we want to break our own handbooks?
Oh well, I have a weakness for pushy demands. But you're sure you won't follow their example? Then allow me to make a special announcement. The weak point of my cutting-edge e-handbook is... when it's exposed to high temperatures for too long, it will suffer a meltdown and totally break!
I flippin' knew it!
You knew it?
Yeah, because I found the handbook laying on the floor of the sauna.
The temperature in the sauna can reach over 200 degrees. Strange how you don't get burnt, huh?
Why the hell is my
Because
cell
as your
phone
sweat
restarting?
evaporates, it creates a cooling layer of air
Oh, it's
around your
probably updating,
skin.
that's what's
If the
happening.
hot air of the sauna were
I
somehow
forgot
pushed directly
iPhone
onto
18
your
update
skin,
is supposed to drop
you'd
today, so
definitely get
my phone is
fried.
probably
That
automatically
layer of
updating.
air would get blown away. That's why you may feel a burning when you move around. So when you're in a sauna, make sure to keep nice and still.
Wow, interesting. I learned one new fact today.
That is a mere trifling speck of knowledge.
Anyway, if you found the victim's handbook in the sauna, then the killer must have been purposely trying to raise its temperature in order to break it.
meaning the culprit somehow knew its weakness.
But how'd they find out? Monokuma said he didn't tell anyone, right?
Indeed. Quite the mystery.
What if they found out by accident?
What do you mean by accident?
What if the killer took their own handbook into the sauna, not knowing its weakness, and it broke? They'd realize it was broken, of course, and it wouldn't be hard to figure out why. And once they had Chihiro's handbook, they knew they had an easy way to dispose of it.
I won't say it's not possible, but who would have done something like that? I don't know of anyone who took their handbook into the sauna.
I might know
but
someone who
I-
did.
Never mind, he spoke fully.
Seriously?
I think the one who may have taken their handbook into the sauna was...
Well, I'm not even reading, my bad. Had to be one of the ones who wore all their clothes into the sauna. And if you guys remember last chapter, there was an oh so dramatic, well, a very dramatic sauna off, and there was only one person who went in fully dressed.
Here's my answer. Mondo, your handbook got broken in the sauna, didn't it?
What?
Why? Why do you keep accusing him?
Mondo and Taka had an endurance contest in the sauna not too long ago, remember? And for the contest, Mondo just so happened to keep his school uniform on. But little did he realize, he'd also left his handbook in one of his uniform pockets. And when it was all over, Mondo discovered that taking your handbook into the sauna could easily destroy it.
No, wait, hold on. You've got it all wrong. He would never kill. I don't accept this. Show me the proof. The actual solid proof.
I mean, I don't want to believe it either, but I found something that proves it beyond a shadow of a doubt.
Let's test Makoto's assertion. If what he
I
says is
forgot how I
correct,
changed the
then
thing.
Mondo, you broke your own handbook.
In other words, if Mondo's handbook is actually broken, then that proves that what Makoto said is right.
Well, my goddamn handbook works just fine!
No, that's wrong! Mondo, the handbook you have right now, is it really yours?
The fuck is that supposed to mean?
The broken handbook that was in the main hall. Isn't that one actually yours?
What the heck are you talking about?
What I mean is, I think Mondo swapped his handbook out for one that actually works. I think he took Leon's handbook and replaced it with his own. After all, Monokuma said himself that Leon's handbook never should have broken.
That's right! The punishment it suffered wasn't nearly enough to destroy it.
So then, the broken handbook in the main hall is actually Mondo's, which would mean that the handbook Mondo has right now is actually Leon's, yes?
But doesn't that violate the school regulation that says loaning out your handbook is prohibited?
Well, here's how I look at it. There is a rule about loaning your handbook to another student, but if they're dead, they're not a student. It's kind of a gray area, I admit. But no worries. If anything, it just makes things more interesting. As such, I decree that exchanging handbooks with a corpse is not a violation of the rules.
Well, Mondo, if I'm wrong about this, you're welcome to say so. I'm happy to admit I made a mistake, but...
Son of a bitch!
What's wrong, bro? Come on! Tell him he's wrong! You are wrong! You have to be wrong! Everything you just said is wrong! You made it all up!
Okay, then why don't we look back on this case one more time, from the beginning?
Alrighty.
That
Let's do
way,
this.
everything will become clear, and we'll all see if I was right or wrong.
Alright. So we know at the very beginning Chihiro had went to the warehouse. As she was wearing into the warehouse, she was looking for a tracksuit. But little did she know she was going to come across Celeste. He happened to be bumping into Celeste, and Celeste noticed that there was a blue tracksuit hanging out of Chihiro's bag that he had packed. Chihiro then hurried up to stuff it away and hurried on her way to the gym, or he hurried his way onto the gym. Meanwhile, to get into the locker room, he had to have used a passport or an e-handbook. And oh god, which one is this one? How do I look at the ones that are supposed to be what? I remember there was a button. I hate this. I think it is this one. And then the door opened to the boys. Here we go. He then entered the boys' lockers room. where he met someone, aka Mondo. While he was going ahead and gonna switch out and change, Mondo decided, I guess this one? He decided to pick up the dumbbell and then wandered over to poor Chihiro and smash poor Chihiro's brains out with the dumbbell. Having a whole cutscene, he then again took the opportunity to start moving things around. So he first switched out the carpets. Once he switched out the carpet, he also noticed that there was blood on the poster. Or wait a minute. Wait a minute. No. Blood then spattered onto the poster. That's what it was. Blood spattered onto the poster, drip, drops the thing, da. Now we're back here. So he begins to start cleaning everything. So he started moving things here and there. And then he started smooching things around. He took, he picked up someone's, thingy. Then decided to, then he started to move things around, causing everything to swap in both rooms. But then Byakuya came stumbling upon everything, and he decided, it was Byakuya who decided to move things around. Byakuya started to hamper with everything. And the poster idea stays there. Byakuya went to the archive room and he picked up the cordless cord. He hung up poor Chihiro's body for some dumb reason and decided to write out bloodlust with Chihiro's own blood. In the next act, the killer went ahead and started to dispose of the ID. So he went to the sauna room, opened things up, and that's when he went ahead and disposed of the e-handbook.
Here's exactly what happened. First, let's take a look back to before the incident. Last night, Celeste saw Chihiro in the warehouse, correct? At the time, she was apparently stuffing something into a duffel bag. That something was a blue tracksuit. You can confirm this, right, Celeste? With bag in hand, Chihiro headed out, even though it was officially nighttime. She made her way to the locker room, specifically the boys' locker room. But how could the victim, who was apparently a girl, access the boys' locker room? Simple, because she was really a he, which is why he was able to use his own e-handbook to gain entrance to the boys' locker room. Once inside, he met with someone there. And the person he met was the one who killed him. It seems likely that the killer grabbed the nearby dumbbell, approached the unsuspecting Chihiro, and attacked him. And that's where the bloodstains on the poster and carpeting in the boys' locker room came from. It was likely in the heat of the moment. The body was arranged, but the murder itself felt unplanned.
Oh, I put the wrong thing? Oh, damn. Okay, so wait a minute. So that means they probably swapped the poster first. And then... then he planted the...
Here's exactly what happened. which is why the killer hurried to try and hide the act. First, pulling up the bloodstained carpet. Then, removing the bloody poster.
Oh, what? Oh, wait a minute. Then the killer started doing, that's what he did, and then went into the next room, then started putting
Here's
everything
exactly
around.
what happened. Which is why the killer hurried.
What? How dare you? Oh, I'm an idiot. He made his way to the girls' dorm, used an idea.
The killer is you!
That's what happened. That's what happened.
Which is that.
Yeah.
And finally carrying the corpse into the girls' locker room. A girl's handbook was necessary to get into the locker room, of course, but this alone doesn't prove that the killer was necessarily a girl. After all, Sayaka and Junko's handbooks had been placed in the main hall. Using one of those, a boy could get into the girls' locker room without much problem.
Ah! What did I mess up on? Okay, so I was right. Yeah, this one has to go here then. And then this, then this, then this, then Byakuya started being stupid. Da-da-da-da-da. Goes into the sauna room, disposes of the evidence.
Here's exactly what happened. After all,
I swear to God, if I get a game over
handbooks
here.
had been
Okay.
And that's exactly how the killer did it. With the carpet and the poster they brought with them, they got to work. They changed the layout of the boys' and girls' locker room in what you might call a crime scene switch. That could have been the end of things, but no. Byakuya discovered the body and decided to intervene in the situation, making things even more complicated. So, after stumbling on the crime scene, he went and grabbed the extension cord from the library, and then he got to work.
Indeed.
He used the cord to string up Chihiro's lifeless body. Then, using the victim's own blood, he left a grisly message there at the scene of the crime. He wanted to create the illusion that Genocide Jack was responsible for the slaughter.
Oh, son of a bitch! Ah. No, I mean, want to give it another shot?
I refuse to give up yet!
That is such bullshit, though. Gotta do it all from the beginning again. Okay. Notices this. Then decides to make his way inside to the room. Ah, no. There we go. He picks up the thing, bam. Unfortunately, kills. Then he starts taking everything apart, making his way to the girls. Then, where is it? Where is it? Oh, there it is. Then starts covering up the room, yada, yada, yada. Then here comes Mr. Dum Dum, being a dummy, tampering with everything. And then he made his way to... Oh no, wait a minute. He had to dispose. No, yeah. He made... I forgot. How do you read these things? There's supposed to be a way where you can read these things. There's supposed to be a way so you can read these things, but I just don't remember how to do it. Not these. Damn. Okay, I think it's this one. No, wait, I failed that. So it wasn't this one. It's, Oh yeah, he made his way to the sauna room. And then he disposed of it. That's what the combination is. Okay, so real quick, one over. Actually, it's gonna do the whole thing right now, too.
First, let's take...
Okay, let's fast forward to this part. We already know what's up. God, that's still upsetting. Like, I know this is just a cross-dresser, but goddamn, like, ugh. Come on, come on, come on, come on.
And around the same time that Byakuya was putting together this facade, the killer, having already disposed of Chihiro's bag and other belongings, arrived at the sauna. There, they planned to destroy the last piece of evidence, Chihiro's handbook. And just as the killer expected, the steamy sauna was enough to ruin the electronic gadget. Somehow, the killer knew that the handbook couldn't stand up to the heat of the sauna. And the reason they knew that is because the sauna had already wrecked their own handbook. And that's how it all played out. Isn't that right, Mondo Owada?
Yeah. Wait! No! This can't be right! Where's your evidence? Yeah! Where's your evidence? You need evidence! You need proof! Without any proof, you can't pin any of this on him!
Evidence that Mondo is the killer? That already revealed itself earlier in the trial. If I could somehow show where Mondo's handbook is right now, once I do that, everything will become clear. A new element has been added. Oh yeah, fever time. Yeah. Yeah, I remember this. Here comes a little fun part.
Show me some evidence! You're wrong! I won't listen! I refute you! False! Show me some evidence! I won't listen! False! I refuse to vote! Show me some evidence! You're wrong! I won't listen! I refute you! False! Show me some evidence! I won't listen! False! Show me some evidence!
This should prove it! If my thinking so far is right, Mondo must have replaced his broken handbook with Leon's. In which case, we can just check each of our handbooks right now. Once we do that, we'll...
We don't gotta do that.
Huh?
Yeah. Yeah, I did it. I killed him.
And here comes the hard truth of the story of it all. To be honest, this story is gonna be a little bit sad, like, damn.
Bro, what are you saying?
I got no choice, man. After hearing all that, I gotta just give up. Go ahead, Monokuma. Get it over with. Ask for the goddamn verdict.
Roger that.
Wait! Hold on!
No waiting, no holding on. Time for the moment we've all been waiting for. Grab your lever and give it a yank! Who will you elect as the Blackened this time around? Will you make the right choice or the dreadfully wrong one? What's it gonna be? What's it gonna be? What?
Uh-oh, this time it looks like you got it right again. Yes, it is so. The Blackened that killed Chihiro Fujisaki was Mondo Owada.
Unbelievable.
In case you're wondering, the vote was not anonymous. Kyoto chose the wrong answer. You're trending very close to the danger zone, Mr. Ishimura. You need to be more careful. I refuse to believe it. There's no way he would kill someone.
Sorry.
What is this?
Why are you apologizing? Why? Why? Why did you do it?
Now then.
Well, it looks like Mondo's taken a vow of silence. So allow me to explain on his behalf.
Actually,
the story of the murder this time is the sad story of two men. Oh, but before anyone who doesn't really want to hear it, you can hit the circle button to fast forward the text. Which I'll probably explain, even though I know this is going to be like a 5-minute cutscene. Anyway, there was once a young boy, and his name was Chihiro Fujisaki. Warning for anyone who is viewing, this is a very sensitive and extreme topic, so viewer discretion is advised here. He had an extreme inflammatory complex regarding his own lack of strength. You're so weak even though you're a boy. He heard things like that as long as he could remember, and he couldn't overcome his weakness. On the contrary, he tried to hide and bury himself further and further into that weakness, to take on the fragile form of a petite young girl. He had chosen that as his way out. Nobody will be able to say anything about even though you're a boy. But no matter how tightly he wrapped himself up in that shell, the inferiority complex had already taken root deep inside of him, and he was not so easily weeded out. As it turned out, that shell was completely empty. The complex didn't despair. Instead, it only grew stronger and stronger. I'm weak.
Weak.
Once the killing game had begun here at the school, he had no choice but to accept this fact. After all, the world is survival of the fittest. If you're not strong, you don't survive. And then the lovely and hateful Monokuma announced the revealing of the embarrassing secrets. Which of course included Chihiro's embarrassing secret, which I will more than willing to divulge. Even though he dresses like a girl, Chihiro is actually a boy.
Hey,
And that was something Chihiro couldn't let anyone find out, no matter the cost. And if that was revealed, it would be the end. The hardened shell would crack, the armor would fall away. Without a doubt, those around him would torture him more than ever before. Everyone figured being trusted into such a dilemma must have sent him spiraling into despair.
What?
And yet...
I'm sorry. But...
Annoyingly, he used the thread of discovery to motivate himself to become stronger.
That's right.
Now's my chance.
I want to change.
I'm going to get stronger and accept who I am. Strong enough so that when someone says, even though you're a boy, I'll be okay. I'll get better. With that thought in mind, at the front of his mind, he resolved to take immediate action. And so, that day he made the commitment to begin exercising. He was prepared to retrain his mind and body. But sadly, that will be the first and only chance he will get at it.
Hey,
When he decided to start exercising, he thought it would be good to ask for someone's help. But he wanted to tell that person his secret first, and then ask them to help him from there. And the person he wanted to...
Yeah, that's right.
It was me. Yup, it sure was. The biker game fella had been painfully clear about how important his manly promise was. So Chihiro probably figured that even if he confined it in Mondo, his honor would make him keep the secret. Plus, Mr. Machiamono was the very symbol of a strong man that Chihiro had always aspired to. Maybe talking to Mondo about it would help give me some courage. So he went and asked Mondo to help him become strong. That was his aspiration. And he thought that only with Mondo's support would he even be able to come close to that.
Correct.
So then, this must be why Mondo did what he did, to keep the promise he made to Chihiro. Huh? Did what he did? You mean that's why Mondo carried Chihiro from the boys' locker room into the girls' locker room?
Indeed.
Yes, that's exactly what I mean. Wasn't that to cover up what he'd done?
Certainly.
That could have been a part of it, but I don't think it was the main reason. The real purpose was to keep the promise between men he made to Chihiro. But how does moving the body keep his secret?
Because
if everyone knew he'd been killed in the boys' locker room, then everyone would have been arguing about how she got into the boys' locker room, right? Once that started up, at least a few of us would have immediately begun to suspect his identity. So, he tried to protect Chihiro's secret by putting him in the girls' locker room and stealing his handbook. See? Then Mondo did all that to keep the promise he made to Chihiro, who he also killed? Why would he do that? The more I hear you talk, the more I don't understand. I mean, you guys trusted each other, right? So why? Why did you... Because no matter what, I didn't want anyone to know.
I knew it.
So that's what triggered it after all. The possibility of having your embarrassing memory and secrets exposed.
What is this?
That's impossible. Nothing could have been that bad. Something he didn't want anyone to know, even if it meant killing someone?
You're wrong!
It's impossible.
Don't make me repeat myself.
How many times must I repeat myself? To judge others by your own standard is the height of folly. If you can't comprehend it, he obviously can. That's all there is to it. Well, while we're on the subject, why don't I tell you that embarrassing memory, the secret he didn't want anyone to know?
Hey,
You know what Mondo did? He killed his own brother. Mondo, the ultimate biker gang leader, makes all the hoodlums and riffraff across the country tremble. But the only reason he had the chance to join a gang in the first place was because of a certain someone. Mondo's older brother's name was Dan Alwyn. Mondo had nothing but respect for him. It was because of Dea that Mondo ever got on a motorcycle. Or Dia. Mondo's brother was his only family growing up. He was the only one Mondo could trust or respect. He wanted to measure up to his big brother, so he imitated him in everything he did. Mondo was the interpreter of the stray-eyed kid brother. Meanwhile, the Crushaster's older brother had put together a local motorcycle gang. And before anyone knew it, he had grown into the biggest biker gang in the country. Daya, the older brother, number one in the gang, and his number two, his younger brother, Mondo. In the beginning, everything was peaches and gravy. But when Mondo started to think about how he would have to take over the gang from his brother someday, his brother's greatness, his reputation began to gnaw on Mondo's very soul. That kid's gonna take over for Daya, huh? Daya created this game with his bare hands. Mondo's just along for the ride. Can someone like that really be our leader? All of that'll do is make the gang look bad. Almost every day, Mondo heard the gossip and whispers of the other members of the gang. Which is why...
I
gotta get stronger. Stronger than Daya. Once, just one time, no matter what, I gotta
Don't fuck
win.
with me.
I don't care what it takes. I gotta get on top. And on that night, on his amazing brother's retirement ceremony, Mondo challenged him to a street race. But during the race, tragedy struck. The kid brother pushed ahead with reckless abandon, eager for victory, and dashed into oncoming traffic. But suddenly... laying in his kid brother's arms, the older brother delivered his final words. My bad, kid. I fucked up. Sorry. Of course, he knew it was his brother's fault, but Daya never blamed him for what happened. Hey, kid. The rest is up to you. No matter what, you gotta keep up the gang together. 'Cause it's the team, you and me put together. It's a part A promise between men. He decided to hide the truth of what happened from everyone else in the gang in order to keep the gang together and keep the promise to his brother. He could never admit to anyone that it was his own weaknesses that had caused the accident. And as a result, the team was made even stronger under the banner of the kid who bested his big brother. Dio was going to lose to his kid brother, so he got stupid and got himself killed. That became the explanation for what happened. Mondo's lie became the truth. He wanted to lead the team so bad he was willing to tell all kinds of lies about his brother.
I just...
I'm strong. Strong, 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 strong. And yet, as soon as our killing game began, he realized no matter how tough he pretended to be, he was just another weakling that couldn't die in an instant. And then the loving, the hateful Monokuma announced the revealing of the embarrassing secrets. At that point, it was clear I would have no problem shedding light onto his secret. Mondo killed his own older brother. No matter what, I couldn't let the other gang members find out. If that happened, everything would have been ruined. Everything me and my brother had worked to create would have been destroyed. His death, all the guilt I've been carrying around, it all would have been for nothing. So that's why Mondo, after I saw what Monokuma had on me, my head filled up with all kind of fuzziness, uneasiness, and just started swirling around. I've never felt anything like it before. I didn't mean to do what I did. I totally butchered that sentence. I wasn't sure what to think or say, but after a while, that fuzzy uneasiness turned into a rock-hard lump of anxiety way down in my stomach. And it was right around then that Chihiro asked me to start working out with him. And right there, he told me his secret. Seriously? Jesus.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'm sorry I lied to you. But why? Why now? Why are you telling me this all of a sudden?
Huh?
Because, I mean, you kept the secret all this time, right? If anyone found out, you would...
But...
You're right, but...
I want to change.
I wrapped myself in lies. I'm weak. I want to destroy that version of me forever. His words were like a knife in my gut. I felt like he was exposing the lie I've been living myself. I have to change. I don't want to be weak anymore. You're so strong, it can't hurt you, right? Whatever secret Monokuma might tell us.
You piece of...
So what? You're saying I should just say it?
What?
You're saying if I really am, I should just be able to tell everyone my secret?
Huh?
I was jealous. I was jealous of Chihiro's strength. He had the strength to face his own weakness, to try and overcome it. It was the kind of strength I've never had. So I was jealous of him. And that jealousy broke me.
What?
Are you
What?
making fun of me? I'm strong. Are you fucking with me right now?
No!
I'm not making fun of you. You really are strong, Mondo. I felt like I could hear something starting to crack. Something inside my head. What did he want me to do? What was I supposed to do? Was I supposed to just sit back, let my secret get revealed and ruined everything?
What's wrong?
Damn you!
Why do you have to tell me all of that? Are you trying to rub my failure in my face?
I just wanted to...
No, I just really admired you. I admired your strength.
Yeah, that's right.
That's right. I am strong. Strong. I am strong. Stronger than you.
You son of a bitch!
And stronger than Dea. I don't remember anything after that. When I woke up again, he was laying at my feet, covered in blood. I had the dumbbell in my hand, and I was just staring at him down on the ground. Hey.
I killed him. I killed Chihiro. Even after all this time, I'm still just as weak as I've always been. And thanks to that, I did something I can never take back.
Mondo. He hid that weak side from everyone. That was his secret. A weakness like that lived in a heart like his, and it turned him cold-blooded. God damn it. Look at him. You see, you're all just like him. For a secret, for the past, for a memory. For that, he killed another living human in cold blood. He couldn't cut free of his regrets from the outside world. He doesn't know what true strength is. Do you see hope anywhere in there? 'Cause I sure don't. You bastard. Just shut up, you son of a bitch. Go ahead, say that again. I dare you.
Yep.
Okay, I'll say it as many times as I want. is what I want to say, but unfortunately, I can't do that right now because the time for punishment is fast approaching. Punishing?
It can't be.
You mean execution?
Well now, well now, well now, well now.
That's what I promised you, right? The blackened that disrupts the peace will be punished.
Ridiculous.
Hold on.
Now then, I've prepared a very special punishment.
Now then, I prepared a very special punishment for Mondo Owada, the ultimate biker gang leader. No, wait.
Let's give it everything we've got. It's punishment time!
I said wait.
Sorry, man. I couldn't keep the promise we made. From one man to another.
Mondo has been found guilty. Time for punishment. Ew. The fact that he has the same hairdo. That's just weird as hell. The Cage of Death. Mondo butter. 2 times the fat. Oh boy. Laugh at death, and your soul will forever be at peace. It can't be. My brother. Another murder and another execution. I want to feel again. Everyone's lives are taken so lightly here. I feel like I might be going mad. Maybe I'll just let it happen. As Taka's sad screams invaded our skulls, we were each forced to realize once again. But he, of course, he had to. What a disappointment. This is the end of the game. Byakuya?
What is this?
You're completely insane, you know that? A game? One of our friends is dead. Do you realize that?
Naturally.
Of course I do. Because this game is life or death.
Hey.
I don't have anything to say to you. I don't have a response except that...
However...
I just don't understand why. Why do you go out of your way to disguise Mondo's crime?
What?
Why? Isn't it obvious? Because it made things more interesting. His voice was calm, emotionless, like the voice of death. It chilled me to the bone. Last night when the murder took place, I was in the library as usual.
Honestly.
So you ignore the nighttime rule too. That rule never mattered to me. I don't recall agreeing to it.
There is nothing to be done.
Well, I don't particularly care. Please continue. The night grew late and I decided to return to my room, which is when I stumbled upon him. I spotted Mondo coming out of the girls' locker room. After he'd gone, I looked inside and saw the corpse.
What?
You mean you actually witnessed the murder? He was such a fool. He didn't even have the slightest idea that I had seen him.
Well...
So you're saying you knew what the culprit was from the very beginning?
That's right.
Indeed. But if that happened to the end, how boring would that have been? I mean, what a waste of time to have the answer revealed right at the beginning. Which is why I decided to lend a little helping hand. I thought it would be liven up things up. You did all that to liven things up?
I see.
So after hearing about Genocide Jack from Toko, you decided to use that to create the fake murder case. But damn, man. If we hadn't figured out who really done it, you would have been dead too, right? Well, obviously, I would have revealed the truth before it reached that point. Of course. Byakuyo turned and looked me in the eye. I could feel his sharp eyes piercing into me. Thanks to a certain remarkable someone, it never did. And I was able to perform an interesting experiment.
Interesting.
Once I do decide to become blackened, I now know who I have to watch out for. What?
Correct.
So that was your reason. Are you satisfied?
Indeed.
Yes, we're done listening to your story. Moving on.
Hey.
There's something I'd like to ask Monokuma.
What's this?
Oh, I'm up next? You like to perform these elaboration executions each time, correct? My question is, why? Do you like them? But you know, this punishment, this despair, it's not just for you. All of this punishment, all of this despair is my gift to mankind itself.
What?
You're over-exaggerating. I am not over-exaggerating. These punishments are meant to transform all hope to despair.
Damn.
What do you mean?
Huh?
Mean? Mean? Mean.
What the heck?
Mean.
Damn it!
Good grief, I don't understand why you all have to pick apart every little stupid thing. Whatever, it doesn't matter. In the end, I'm gonna stand alone as the victor, and then everything will be revealed to me.
Ooh, how
Ooh.
exciting!
The noble son of a noble family. Truly, you understand me. I think this is the start of a terrifying friendship.
That's enough.
Shut up. I would never stop to the level of a childish criminal like you. Let me just say this. After I achieved complete victory, you're up next. I'm gonna find you and kill you. Understand?
In the name of my family.
In the name of the Togami family, for which victory is foregone conclusion.
You're getting all riled up!
Who's so cool? It's like you're the main character of a video game or something. No trash mob for you. I swear, whatever it takes, I will kill you. Temper, temper. Sounds like someone needs a nap. Monokuma's laughter paled across the courtroom, and the curtains closed on the case of Chihiro and Mondo. But I knew that wasn't the end. The killing game would still continue. Because the mastermind wouldn't let it end. For those of us who were still alive, or worst, fear and despair kept on multiplying. It was a kind of despair that felt like a blind puppy in hell and more of a future than us. All of our courage, our effort, our friendship, it felt like it amounted to nothing at all. It was the worst kind of despair.
Well, anyway, like I was saying, this is a pretty good spot. Yeah, a really good spot.
Hello there, Chihiro. Welcome to the live stream. I hope you enjoy. That's amazing.
Anyway, isn't it amazing how that girl went and killed someone before things even had a chance to get boring? Once things really get moving, it'll be like a roller coaster. There won't be any stopping it. Fear and despair charge forward at a speed nothing can hope to match. But I must admit, I'm disappointed. I went to all the pain and effort of making you part of the group, and you couldn't play your part. You do remember you were supposed to make the first move, right? Well, no biggie. Nothing we can do about it now, so just do your best to make things more exciting from now on, okay? After all, that's what everyone wants to see.
Then one thing I like to ask you.
As long as you don't want to know my measurements, fire away.
Who is it? The 16th high school student, I mean.
Ooh-hoo. My, you really took me by surprise there. I know I said you could ask anything, but... Super denied, ultra denied, demonic denied! Because you see, that's my ace in the hole. And nobody'd be dumb enough to reveal that, right? No matter how close they were to their friends.
And now we're down to 10 students. Hey! Would you like to save? But of course! Dot, 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 dot.
I know I shouldn't cry, but I've had enough. I can't take it anymore. Getting out of here anytime soon. It's impossible. I can't let myself think about how much I want to get out of here. If I keep thinking like that, I might decide to.
Donuts. I need to eat some donuts. That'll cheer me up. Glazed donuts, twisty donuts, jelly donuts, cream-filled, donut holes. Malasa donuts? I've never even heard of that last one.
Okay.
Oh God of Donuts, I'm praying for a wonderful encounter. I'm sorry. Please forgive me for breaking the nighttime rule. But right now, for me, donuts are absolute necessary.
Huh? Huh?
What's that sound? It sounds like it's coming from the bathhouse.
But
I'm super scared, but is someone there? Yeah. A next generation legend. Stand tall, galactic hero. And that will probably be the conclusion of chapter 2 right now. The morning after the conclusion of the second class trial, everyone met up in the dining hall just like always. And I expected it to stay like any other day. That's what I expected, but today's count kinda sucks, huh? Toka and Byakuya still refusing to show up. And I haven't seen Miss Ashia yet. She said her stomach was hurting, so she's taking it easy in her room for today.
Oh.
That is rather unusual for her. Normally she is full of energy. What exactly what makes me worry?
So then.
So it's just the 7 of us then, huh? It looks that way.
How about that?
It's time like this where the community chairman needs to get things going with a bang.
Impossible.
Or not. Taka hasn't said a word since everything that happened yesterday. One look at his face showed how he hadn't slept a wink last night. It must be because of Mondo. The two of them became so close, and then he finds out Mondo killed Chihiro. And then having to watch Mondo get punished and nothing he could do about it. I couldn't even imagine what it was been for him.
Well.
So, I mean, what's gonna happen now? We haven't found any way out, and we have no idea if help's ever gonna come.
It's like...
Now I'm all depressed just thinking about it. We simply have to make the best of things, do our best to get along, and live here together in peace. Forget about the outside world and accept this new life. That is the only hope we have now. What? To live here forever?
Well...
Here we have every convenience. We have food, clothes, or every need. Our every need is to sing to. Why, are you dissatisfied? In fact, let me ask you this. What is it about the outside world that you long for?
Is that okay?
Competition? Discrimination? Victimizing? And violence? As society grows, so does its preservation. In which case is our current situation not? Oh, I forgot about this part. Demon angel, pretty pudgy princess.
Huh?
Here we go!
Meggy, the drill shop owner, the bunny-eared Amazon, Cat Carol Dog Boy, Robo Justice, the Galactic King, and what I mean is that there's no 2D here.
There is nothing to be done.
The mastermind puts such base desire to their advantage, bending you to their will.
You know?
Okay, well anyway, since Taka's life chaotic, as the oldest one here, I'm officially stepping up to take the lead. So, We're all gonna work together and spend the rest of the day searching the school. Searching?
I'm right?
Well, I mean, since the class trial is over and all,
Perhaps.
there should be a new place for us to investigate. Yeah, that's the ticket. Maybe we'll find some kind of clue this time.
Well then.
Then once we're done eating, let's split up and begin looking around. Do you have any problem with that, Celeste? There will be a discovery waiting for us, which may further enrich our life here. No. The point is to look for clues. And just as we started to come together, she barged in and ruined the conversation.
You called for me, and so I appear.
Genocide! What? Nobody called for you. What the? How come it's Genocide Jill and now Toko?
Yes!
Ah, this place is just amazing. Finally, a place I could just be my murderous self. Which is why I decided to stop holding back and spread my wings. No more hiding in the cave for me. Plus, I have another battle to fight. The whole killer with a split personality thing is so overdone. I gotta destroy that stereotype.
You SOB!
Oh shit. I'll fight all day and all night to murder those totally slanderous cliches. But you are a killer with a split personality. If she wasn't here, my chances of survival would go at least 10%. Oh, come on, you gotta back me up here. Even the biggest star needs the little people to hold them up. Well, whatever else we do today, first we should eat. We can't do anything on an empty stomach. You're right. Let's hurry up and eat so we can start our investigation. So we were forced to eat breakfast with a murderer. And after our much needed but very annoying meal, we were sent to work looking around the school. And with that, we will be stopping the live stream here. So I really do appreciate everyone coming in and out. I absolutely cannot wait till I get started with the next chapter. Already, this chapter is starting off good. We don't even have Toko. Toko is just straight up, officially just, well, Genocide Jill for some reason. Oh, man. But yeah, that'll be the end of the live stream for today. I do appreciate everyone coming in and out. I do also appreciate all these little mysterious folks coming in and out to say hello. But all of your guys' support is very much appreciated. I really means a lot to me. But for a lot of those who haven't, please make sure you click that subscribe button. It lets me know that you guys will be interested in continue seeing this. So do keep an eye out for this, because next Tuesday will be Chapter 3 of Danganronpa. And keep an eye out for tomorrow's live stream. Tomorrow's live stream will also be another episode of Dead Rising 2. So, thanks everyone for joining in and out. I do appreciate it. And as for now, I'll see y'all peeps later then. Bye-bye.